walk these streets with diamonds in our eyes. Out with the vampires under a midnight sky. My mind so hypnotized. It was exciting. It was the 90s. Mama didn't understand it, and Daddy always said that I was going too far. Said there's never any compromising if you try to win the battle to be who you are. I danced to the left, I danced to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like me. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Someone who can hear me and drink from the light, to see things from the same side. Is there anybody out there? 5 years later, I'm back with the same old faces and dead embraces. Things kept going wrong. I'm getting to thinking my daddy was right all along. So will you take a little walk on the wild side? Be careful that you never slip your hands from the wheel. There's never any compromising when you're blinded by reflections from the part of you that's real. I dance to the left, I dance to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like me.
hey now, what's up, everybody? We are here. It is time. Atlas, are you with me?
Of course I'm here, of course.
Yes, we are here for a Saturday night of fun. No nonsense. No getting derailed by no getting derailed by real life events, like DSP said. Keep it on topic, assholes. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well out there. Having a good Saturday evening as Wesley H picks up Dave's fish. Big ups.
Big
But
catch,
Atlas,
let's go.
how was your Saturday of detracting? What'd you watch today? What was going on? Let us know.
We watched more of the closet clean out. I still didn't make it through. I didn't quite realize how much there was. And then I found out there was the Ottoman clean out as well. I don't know how you make that an hour long.
Ottoman clean out, that's rare. Nice.
I didn't know what it was, and I didn't get to watch it, but I'm looking forward to it next time. That was the cliffhanger style we left off on.
Nice. All right, Ottoman style hype. Big up. So we did see that yesterday we watched. I got a good look at exactly where the Ottoman goes and how short the walk from the steps to the office is, because it's like 3 steps, legitimately. But I don't know where that Ottoman's going.
I think the dimensions in the Burnell household is just something else, because he's tired from walking around his office, which is all of 6 steps. Yeah. And he's got that non-Euclidean closet that's right in the middle of his kitchen that goes nowhere.
Yeah, it's really weird setup. That kind of, it's out of nowhere. Kind of, you don't want it to be there. It gets in your way of going upstairs, kind of. But hey, we need a closet there, I guess. So there we go. But
yeah, the whole house is all messed up.
Yeah, so that's what you get when you have all the whole entire country as options to move. But we found that place in Renton, so big ups. Anyway, we got to get rolling here because we didn't finish last week's part 33. So we're going to start with finishing part 33. And then we can get to the fun of episode 34. So I have no clue what we're talking about here, but I know the timestamp is 1437. So we'll see what the question was or is. I have no idea. But here we go.
Someone who has cerebral palsy might be able to actually hold a controller and play a game like everyone else. But if they can't wave their hands around, like, what the fuck?
What are we talking about?
Controls?
I don't know.
On the Kinect. You can't even maneuver around the fucking dashboard on the Xbox.
Okay.
If you can't move around actively, someone who has cerebral palsy might be able to actually hold a controller
cerebral palsy
and play a game like everyone else. But if they can't woot and wave their hands around, like, what
woot
the fuck?
And wave.
What the fuck, Microsoft? I'm being serious. What the fuck is your problem? Like, what idiot at your company didn't think enough to think that you're actually being prejudicial versus handicapped people?
Prejudicial?
Prejudicial.
I thought it was just prejudice.
That's a word.
Isn't it just
I would imagine so.
Okay, well, prejudicial. Stop being prejudicial.
And that they can't play your console if they have to.
If it is a word that should not be,
really that's just a rumor, and that you can still.
I thought it was prejudice, but all right, prejudicial.
With just the gamepad. Or
it is the word.
Major,
okay, big ups.
Big time. That's going to be a huge HR nightmare. Microsoft
they really messed up on this one. They lost their way.
Can't use if they have a handicap because they're fucking stupid.
They didn't make the game for people with cerebral palsy. They lost their way.
Okay. Next question.
Thank God.
This one's from Industrial Gamer, and he says, "Have you heard of the recent Mirror's Edge 2 leak? Are you excited to hear more about E3?" Now, if you don't know what he's talking about,
I don't know what he's talking about.
He's right. There was some information that apparently has been leaked.
I thought he was going to pig explain E3.
Company. I don't know if it was like a press release, or I don't know if it was like just listed on a website as a launch game. Mirror's Edge 2 was listed as a game coming out for PlayStation 4.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people now are hyped because Mirror's Edge, if you remember, was a game that I played in, I think it was 2009, I want to say. It was a game that I enjoyed thoroughly. It was one of my favorite games of the year. And unfortunately, it never got a sequel. They never developed a sequel for whatever reason. I think that if this game is a launch title for the new consoles, it could really push the visualization edge and the graphical engines of these games to the edge, and it could really be a great game.
Does that mean good gravity, good graphics? Is that what he's talking about? Visualization edge? Oh, okay.
Visualization edge.
Good graphics are visualization edges.
Those consoles. The first one was amazing. I love that. I don't know why. Again, a sequel was never made. I'm excited. Hopefully, we'll have more information come E3. Okay. Next question.
Yes, please.
This one's from Eduardo, and he says,
please, Eduardo.
Big ups, Eduardo.
Do you intend to play another Wii game? If yes, which one? The bottom line is this.
Hey, first one, early.
I don't know if by the time a new Wii U game comes out that I want to play, which I think the next one's Pikmin 3, and then there's like no first-party titles announced for 100 years. I don't know how this whole situation with Nintendo trying to claim ad revenue from people who do
the Nintendo Creators Program or whatever.
The bottom line is this: it's
Jesus,
what Nintendo is doing is literally crooked. What they're trying to say
it's
is
literally
that if you do a Let's Play of one of their games,
they are crooked.
That the video footage of that is their legal property, and therefore they can advertise on it.
Yes, correct.
I say wrong. I already talked about it in an earlier part of this very episode of Ask the King.
I guess debunked. DSP said so.
I say poppycock.
Are an interactive art form. They are a unique medium where what is created is partially by the game developer and partially by the gamer themselves, and therefore either there's joint ownership or it's the ownership of the gamer who created that content with the game to make that video.
So dumb.
Sounds like cope, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel that the current copyright laws in place were never created to accommodate for an interactive medium. And therefore, they're not.
They don't accommodate DSP. Therefore,
I
they're
don't
wrong.
think that video games are protected by current copyright law.
Definitely.
I think that the current copyright law applies in this case. If I took the game of Grid 2.
Yeah, Grid 2.
And I took
Lawyer
the disc,
side Phil. I think they apply like this. Who gives a shit what you
think? And then I
think?
distributed the code on the internet. That would be violation of copyright law. But if I play Grid 2 and I create my own playthrough based off of my gameplay, my skill level, my commentary, my experience,
how many times
that
we heard
should
this?
be my legal property.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
an interactive
100,000.
art form. And therefore, we really need to hash out copyright laws better. So for Nintendo,
gotta hash it out. Get in the kitchen. We're gonna hash this one out.
Petchy is right. I listen to music in my unique way, so it's mine. Yeah. If you listen to it in your own unique way, it's yours, right? That's what Philip's saying.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, same thing.
And say, we're just claiming all Nintendo content. Anything that's Nintendo on your website, we're going to advertise on and make money on now, is crooked. It should be against the law because there just is no law right now. It should be against the law. And people should basically boycott Nintendo. That's my feeling. If you really
another company, DSP, definitely boycotted, right? And didn't buy another thing from them, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just like when he would buy the Blu-rays that were on clearance from Best Buy to really stick it to him.
Yeah. Big ups, Jambalaya. Massive member bomb. Big ups, brother. Thank you, Jambalaya.
I think Nintendo is wrong on what they're doing with their completely misdirected Wii U launch. The fact that there's no fucking games for the system now. And the fact that they think that your property is theirs and they can make money on it. You should say fuck Nintendo.
Your property.
And it's no surprise that Nintendo's not having a big press conference come E3. They've got nothing to talk about. They're going to probably show like 5 games that are all first-party titles coming up, and no one's going to give a flaming fuck. The Wii U is a huge fucking flop. No one's buying it.
Yes, Nintendo, known for their first-party flops.
We saw the 2 press conferences for the Xbox One and the PS4. Maybe I should buy the Wii U. It's not. If you're thinking that, stop. Don't fucking shoot yourself in the leg. You don't want $300 paperwork.
Don't shoot yourself in the leg?
If you're thinking that,
never heard it said like that.
Don't fucking shoot yourself in the leg. You don't want $300 paperweight.
Okay.
All you're going to be playing on that fucking thing.
I've heard shoot yourself in the foot. Never in the leg, though. It's kind of a strange place to shoot.
Is he saying paying $300 for a system that doesn't have a lot of games is akin to shooting yourself in the leg? Is that the metaphor, I guess?
That is the metaphor. I'm not seeing how it applies, and it's also not the correct way to say the metaphor. So it's just a double L.
Shooting myself in the leg.
First-party titles. EA has already officially come out and said we are not developing any games for the Wii U.
Oh yeah, they'll never recover. Nintendo's fucked, dude.
Sucks. We don't want to make games.
Oh, EA Games? What are they gonna do, dude?
The guys on Twitter, or for EA went to
Twitter.
One of the head guys on Twitter.
One of the head guys on Twitter
because they're stupid about their decisions developing this console. And then he had to delete all the tweets, of course, because he probably got yelled at by his boss.
Right.
The bottom line is this:
the
Wii U is a failure. Nintendo is now in panic mode. They don't know what to do, and they're trying to find money wherever they can. It's crooked what they're doing on YouTube.
Yeah, they're just reeling from all of the Wii sales they made. The money they were printing for years and years and years is dried up.
I don't know if I will, in the future, be doing playthroughs of their games. Maybe there's a chance that I'll stream the stuff because so far nothing's been affected on Twitch. It's only been YouTube. But we'll have to see what happens once these first-party games finally start coming out, whether or not I give them the time of day.
Okay, definitely. Okay.
Jason Wren asks, are you and Panda Lee still planning on getting a place together, and how's the search going?
Oh, sweet.
Good question, and I've been talking to her about this recently, actually.
Great question.
Our goal was that by the end of this year, we would at least be seriously looking into... I don't know.
Hello?
He doesn't know what they're looking into?
Or at least looking into finding a better place to live. Because ideally, what I need to do is move to a place where the taxes are lower and cost of living is lower. Because if I can make the same amount of money I'm making now, but just go to some place that's less expensive, it basically means I'm making more money. You know what I mean? And
so this reference,
Renton, Washington?
Yeah, that's not a really low-cost living place. I think he's thinking of it as the no business taxes is what caught him, even though that's not even true. Like, that's the funny part of it. Is like he went there for the no business taxes there. You know, that's why he went there. But then there was taxes on business. He just... I mean,
and now he's stuck in Renton for the the biggest reason he went there isn't even true. That's very cool.
So
and it's expensive to live there, so that's cool too.
It's too small.
The double L again.
Andy could not live here with me. It's too big. It's too small for 2 people.
No, it's not. It's definitely fine for 2 people. It is so fine for 2 people.
It's man, 2 people could have made that work.
That place is fine for 2 people. Yeah, no state taxes. Thank you, Nocturnal. That's where he wanted the no state taxes. He thought that was like. Okay, no state taxes. It's got to be better, right? But that's not, you got to put everything into your thought process. But
the problem being, number one, this year things are changing. Like I said, my views
are.
Oh no! If you don't want to hear me talk about views, skip ahead to the next question.
Okay, I'll skip ahead.
Fucking whining about it. You are my viewers and you're my fans. And a lot of people care about this stuff. They want to know how I'm doing.
No, they don't.
This question is directly related.
No,
to
they
views,
don't.
So
That's so weird that he thinks that. And it's so weird that some of them like placate this and act like they do, or I guess actually do sometimes. Like,
I guess
it's not normal.
My views have been down.
So, but he also knows people are bitching about it too. You hear that? Like all of you that bitch about
he
it,
had to get out in front of it.
Just let you know, okay? Don't just fast forward.
They want to know how I'm doing. This question is directly related to views.
Please, how are they doing? How you doing,
My views
Philip?
have been down this year.
Uh-oh.
This month, the month of May,
Better
is
move out,
actually
then.
probably the worst month view-wise since I started being partnered with Machinima in 2010. But take a look at this month. What the fuck came out this month? You had such a stinker month. You had
RPG Overload,
Deadly Premonition, which a lot of people didn't want to give the time of day because it was a re-release. And by the way, the graphics...
Final Fantasy VII, which a lot of people didn't want to give the time of day.
A lot of people didn't want to give it a chance.
Okay, that's one.
No new games coming out for the first 2 weeks. A Philly trip where I wasn't even actively recording anything new.
Philly trip?
Then I came back and did Metro Last Light, but I did it late.
Whose fault was the Philly trip?
Resident Evil Revelations, no one really watched because it was a re-release.
The damn trolls, ALT.
Fuse is a massive flop. Fuse is a horrible fucking game. I do see there was one other game there. I can't see it right now. But basically, the bottom line is there was nothing good this month. Like, out of all the games I played, the biggest views were like Injustice, which is an ongoing playthrough, Dark Souls, which was an ongoing playthrough. The new stuff just didn't really appeal to a lot of people. So, is it a surprise that the views weren't so good this month? No. What I've seen historically, this year at least, is that when really good games come out, like when BioShock Infinite, that playthrough did amazing because the game was fucking amazing, so obviously my playthrough was great.
That game was amazing, so obviously my playthrough is great. Obviously, so it has nothing. So it really has nothing to do with you, then, sir. Just zero. Oh, okay.
Zero. He has no input on it. It's all the game. Obviously.
Nice.
Injustice. My story mode
being honest for once.
Of that game did astronomically well views-wise.
Astronomically well.
My ongoing online play of that is doing really well. So when you have a game that's great, the views will be good. So if this year picks up, and all
it's a mentality he's always subscribed to. That's crazy.
It's amazing.
We got big releases.
What I do matters not. It does not matter at all. Good games, good views. Get the hint.
Grand Theft Auto 4,
obviously.
Saints Row 4, Assassin's Creed 4. Of course, the new Call of
Duty.
Yeah, 4.
A lot of big games. Beyond Two Souls. How I can
Beyond
forget
Two
that
Souls.
one. I mean, all these
Left
big
4
titles
Dead.
that are coming out this year, and we've got the potential launch of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One.
Okay.
If all these things come
PlayStation
out and are
4,
actually good,
Xbox
and good views-wise, there's a very big possibility that come next year I may be moving. However, I have to see. I have to play it by ear. The other big concern that is like kind of looming behind me, it's like
depression?
the thing right here on my shoulder.
Depression?
Is that I don't know what's going to happen with Machinima. As you know, as I told you, I had my contract renegotiated.
Yes.
Last year.
To be less beneficial to you, actually, because Machinima was making less money.
And I am making less money now than I was.
Yes.
Chances are, next year I may get renegotiated again.
And that would happen. So this is the funny thing of how he seems to know this, and he knows there's a danger of it happening. And he said, like, I won't be able to move if this happens, but it does happen, and he just moves anyway. It's kind of an interesting thing.
Well, he said that he was going to have to play it by ear. Now, ALT, I don't know if you've ever moved in your life, or if you've lived there for literally ever.
No, I have moved, yes.
But you don't typically play that by ear. I don't know what that means. Like, you don't just find out, 2 days before, like, oh, I'm moving today. That's it. Like there's a lot of planning that goes into it.
Yeah, but I think what he does is he just has in his head they're going to move, so it was always going to be moved no matter what, because everything negative happened. It's amazing. Everything negative he said might happen, and yet he still just moved. So, all right. Cool.
His ear must be deaf.
Definitely. Well, he shot himself in the leg.
Oh, the gunshot made him deaf while he was at it.
K Dot in the house says, do you think DSP could survive a nuclear blast like a Twinkie could? Or maybe like a cockroach? Well, he is known as the cockroach. As the pig roach, excuse me. So
pig roach for a reason.
He could survive that.
He death of the universe won't stop him. He's forever.
Big up Shades Argucci says, if the games kept being better, DSP should have 10 trillion viewers per stream by now. Well, that's going to come in the future, maybe, when the games keep getting better. Now the games are shitty again, so remember?
Yeah, they're making them all shitified, obviously.
Well, the 2024 is a shitty year for games, remember? That's what he said, so.
Yeah, nothing's released this year. Nothing at all.
Someone's asking about the dog. Yeah, that is Panda's dog, who has now sadly passed away, but I think... Oh, the dog's name. That's a deep cut. Fuck.
I don't know.
Or something?
I used to.
I can't remember. Like that. It's something like Peanut. That's my guess. I can't remember.
See, isn't Twinkie Amber Lynn's dog? Am I getting those confused?
Twinkie is Amber Lynn's dog. Yes, I believe. So wait, Panda Lee's dog name. This is a deep cut. Panda Lee's dog name. I'm not sure though. I'll check it out.
Good regarding the amount of ad revenue on YouTube is down. And I probably will have my contract renegotiated again. I don't know what's going to happen.
So better not move then, huh?
So we're going to have to see what happens with that. It's an unfortunate thing that's kind of looming behind me is that here I am adapting, doing live streaming, doing new thing, direct capture, all this stuff is great positive movement. My subs actually, my subscriptions.
Why is everything a movement?
Come on, let's go have sex now. It's been too long.
For the first time on YouTube.
This is how you don't play movement?
But at the
direct capture movement
behind me, no matter what I do at the end of this year, there may be a big negative thing coming.
Yes.
And there's nothing I can do about it. So
and it
I'll
is
keep everyone
happen.
in the loop on that. And at the end of this year, I guess we'll discuss it again and we'll see what happens with that.
He definitely would do that. He's not lying about that. He'll tell you about every fucking step of the way.
2 more questions, and then I'll take like 1 or 2 stream questions, and we'll wrap it up because we're going long here.
Yeah, definitely.
The next question is from... Oh, wait, I think I already addressed these.
Oh, yeah, thank God.
Oh, there's only 1 question left. I'm sorry, I got confused.
Oh,
it's a real
13 minutes left.
One from Alex Patsy asks, we all know that Nintendo is in trouble with the Wii U.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that they should stay in the console market?
Oh, God, Nintendo questions.
Or should they just focus on making
it's a real Nintendo-centric episode.
For the 3DS and license their games out so they can be produced on other consoles?
Definitely.
Nintendo should cut the shit.
Cut the shit, Nintendo.
They're not smarter than anybody else. They should stop being so snooty and elitist and think that they are the innovators.
Get fucked, Snood. Stop being so snooty.
Yeah, Snood, get your ass out of here, bud. Sick of you.
Stop being so snooty. You know, like how that guy named Snood? Stop being like him. I think that's what he's saying.
Getting a call out from the past. That's crazy.
Get fucked.
Disney's a day one hater on Snood.
They should stop being so snooty and elitist and think that they are the innovators, and they should realize that
being so
they
snooty.
fucked up, and they should take their games and they should develop them for other consoles. Because the bottom line is, all their console exclusives, the next Zelda, the next Nintendo, or the next Mario, and all that, they're not going to sell well. I'll tell you right now. The Wii U is a flop. The mentality is that it's a flop.
We're in trouble.
When something is commonly believed to be a flop, there's a group mentality. People don't buy it anymore. People always went to Nintendo because they said Nintendo is a staple. Their first-party titles are great. So regardless of what else is on the system, I'm going to buy it for that. This is the first time I think I've seen a console launch for Nintendo outside of the fucking Virtual Boy, which wasn't a real console launch.
Okay, so it's not the first time.
The overall
second time
opinion on Nintendo is negative.
Virtual Boy was a real console. It was a portable console. They thought it was going to sell huge.
everyone is just feeling negative about Nintendo. I think they really screwed up. For the first time in their history, they're going to be the market loser, number 3 by far, and they're going to have to rethink their business strategy.
Yep.
And I would almost go as far to say that you might see these first-party titles now being developed for the other consoles because they need to make up the money that they're going to lose.
They did not do that. This would not happen.
Never happened.
Never.
Okay.
They actually made a fantastically selling console afterwards and completely rebounded, and their fans are very happy with what they have now.
That sold more than the Wii, which was their biggest, the most hugest seller outside of their wildest dreams, I believe. Switch sold more than the fucking Wii.
It's now time to draw a couple questions from the stream chat. So let me see how I do this. Bear with me here while I try to figure it out.
Yep. Switch has sold more than the Wii now, so.
God damn.
Let's see here.
A
It
lot of
says I need to
switches.
type in a certain command to get a question, so I'm going to type it in here.
Oh, yeah, please figure this out. Yep. Hang on. Okay, he's doing the command. He's on the command line.
Couldn't cut this out.
He's a hacker.
You heard him viciously typing?
Let me get the mainframe. Hang on.
Okay, the first question is worked well. The first question is from Kless the Angel, and he
Hey.
asks, will you ever come back to Xenoblade or XCOM?
Fuck you.
Can we consider those playthroughs dead?
They're dead, bitch. Forget about them.
The bottom line is,
Jesus, all right.
Hey.
those playthroughs are dead. That's being
Told ya.
completely honest.
I was just kidding, but there we go.
Xenoblade
That's
Chronicles,
crazy,
I played a year
LT.
ago, and I'm
They
not
are
gonna go back to
fucking
it.
dead. Rip.
It was if I had been live streaming and been doing longer extended playthroughs last year like I'm doing now, then it would have had more of a chance. But it was just a game that I played during a time when that wasn't the case. And
Definitely.
It's like Sea of
now,
Stars. That game's
unfortunately,
dead. It's not
it's too
coming
late to go
back.
back to it. I've got games up the wazoo. I've got ongoing series
Up
like
the
Demon's
wazoo,
Souls
dude.
and Fallout 3, and very soon probably
Fall
Marvel Heroes.
Out.
And I just don't have an opportunity to go back to it at this point. XCOM,
Dude, you
another
could really
one
just
where
play this
unfortunately I
today
didn't
and
have
it would be the
time I
same
wanted
thing.
to
But
play
Sea
it. It
of
was a really good
Stars.
game, but it was getting more
Fallout,
difficult.
you know,
At the same
super busy with
time,
games.
a whole bunch of new releases came out this year that I wanted to play. I just didn't have time to go back to it. At this point, 5 months, 6 months later, no, I'm not going to be going back to XCOM.
Definitely.
Now, I don't know what happened with the stream chat.
a piece
Apparently,
of
no one else can
XCOM.
talk now.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know that if I did the raffle that it was actually going to freeze the stream chat. So everyone just bear with me, and I guess I'll undo it after I draw some more questions.
Well,
I don't
bear
know what's
with them.
going on.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was Hazard that did that. Okay.
Haley did that. Okay.
I guess he wants me to actually be able to see the questions.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what that means, but all right.
This one's from
Thanks, Hazard.
Uno Bono. His question is, do bears shit in the woods? To which I answer, I fucking hope so, because I don't want them shitting in my fucking yard. Okay.
Very, very funny. Very cool.
Next.
I don't hear you laughing.
Next. I'm just waiting for the next question. I'm trying to get through this.
See,
Here we go.
you're laughing.
This is a run out the clock situation right now.
Okay.
8 minutes left of this video.
Next question. This is a
Yes.
good one, too. This one is
Please.
from the Monster Atlas. And he
Oh,
says, Phil, did you sign
Hey.
oh, it's from you. Okay, so Atlas asked this question. This is Atlas, just legitimately, and he's the Monster Atlas. Was that your old screen name?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's just saying I'm mean, actually. But yeah, that was the name.
Okay.
Next question. This is a
Here we
good
go.
one, too. This one is from the Monster Atlas.
Here we go.
And he says, Phil, did you sign up for the Machinima E3 promotion
Oh,
that's
good
going on
question.
this year?
Good question though. Did you
I
sign
had
up?
to know. I had to
Yeah.
know.
If you don't know what he's talking
It was
about,
still more
I guess what
research
Machinima's
later.
doing is they have a special promotion.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking
where
about.
If you talk about E3 in videos,
Yeah.
that you may get like a bonus, a CPM bonus on any videos where you talk about
Whoa.
E3. I was already planning on doing that. If you remember, every year I usually do E3.
Who's gonna
recap
grift off of
videos about
E3
the press
anyway?
conference,
Yeah,
about
I'm
what
already gonna
games
do
are
that.
out.
I don't give a
Last year I
shit.
had the privilege of going to E3. This year I don't.
Ah.
Machinima actually wasn't sending any partners to E3 this year.
Yeah.
However, it makes sense that I sign up for this thing because I'm already going to be making videos. So I already have signed up for it, and I should be all set. So E3 week, you'll see lots of coverage regarding games, regarding the press conferences. and
Oh,
everything.
so that's why he did so much E3 content, because he got bonus funds from Machinima. Big ups.
He was always scamming, dude.
Yep,
always. It was
always.
always an angle with this guy.
Now, you know what? We should look through that fucking playthrough. And I mean, those times.
And how
I
many
was-
times he says E3 or whatever?
Yeah. Like, 'cause I definitely want to show this. It's 1 minute 30 We'll watch this at the end, in between our Ack the Kings. But yeah, we should see all those things, like those 30-second video. Here's my breakfast from E3. Oh no, because he didn't go. So it's gonna be, here's the morning of E3. What I saw. Here's what I ate for breakfast. Everybody in my apartment, of course. Yeah.
E3 live streamed here on Twitch and then uploaded to YouTube as
well. Whoa, cool, very cool.
Next question.
Crazy.
Okay, hang on a second. Do command. I'm hacking.
Just booted me out of the server. I've got to relog now.
Yep.
CD2114 says, what do you think about the ending of Last of Us being leaked on the internet? I think it's fucked up. I think, again, as I've been talking about a lot in this episode of Ask the King, there are a lot of people who are just mentally ill. They get their jollies from weird shit. There are people out there who get their jollies from completely spoiling the story and ending of a game that may be one of the most hyped and most exciting games this year.
So don't go online then.
I fucked them. I got him.
Yeah.
Remember that video that went viral on the internet of the release line of the next Harry Potter novel? And this was years and years ago. And some asshole drives by and a car goes, "Snape kills Dumbledore," and drives away. And this nerdy girl, she goes, "No!" Like, she's so fucking upset because the book was ruined.
Yeah.
But there's people who love that. They love to spoil shit.
But was she upset because the book was ruined, or is she upset because she's trying to process the betrayal of the literature and the characters? Like, she probably still bought the book or watched the movie or whatever. Like,
yeah, you still don't know if it's true or not, by the way. It could totally be a lie. And also, it doesn't mean anything just to know facts. You have to learn how it happens. It doesn't... Like, it's not like you can't guess that Snape was going to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have thought
I've never subscribed to this mentality about spoilers. Where,
yeah,
like,
I know.
And if you do, like, just avoid them then. Like, bro, that's on you.
Yeah, like people that go on Twitter and say, people posting spoilers on Twitter. Then if you really don't want to know it, you can't go on Twitter then. So clearly you don't care that much. Is Twitter that important to you? Come on.
Rallies just for the sake of knowing that they fucked with you and they upset you. And it's messed up. It shouldn't happen, and I personally stay away from spoilers, and I do not read them. I do not look too much into like news stories and stuff just for this purpose, because I don't want shit to be spoiled.
Yeah, right,
The Last of Us has not been spoiled for me. I'm sure during my gameplay of it, I gotta go punch the air conditioner again. I'm sure during my gameplay of it, multiple people will be trying to spoil. Hopefully we'll be able to contain that by moderating the chat.
Definitely.
Oh, now it's quiet again. All right, one or two more questions, and that'll be the end of it.
I thought we only had 4 questions.
I
4
know.
questions to go.
He's getting the chat question, so he'd go forever if he wants to.
Okay.
It's like Q&A today. We're just at his mercy whenever he feels like giving up.
That's the problem.
This question is from... Let's see. Canadian Geese. Phil, can you help me with a math question?
Yeah, good question. Yes, please. Yeah, let's test his math skills.
Next question.
Nope, no, he cannot. Nope. Too stupid for math.
What do you think this is? John Rambo's The Show where we do your math homework for you? No, you do your own.
Okay.
Okay.
John Rambo's The Show? I guess it's someone's math homework?
Maybe, I don't know. It must be The Show deep cut. He obviously is a huge fan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Red Axe
I don't know
asks,
the show lore. Maybe that's the next thing you got to do. You got to watch all of the show.
No, that's not happening.
Genre of games, for example, RPGs.
No, that's not happening.
It's hard for me to say, because I've enjoyed so many different genres of games over the years.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, my competitive love is fighting games. But I enjoy a good platformer, a good action-based shooter, a good first-person shooter that's unique enough to get my interest. Certain puzzle games, certain RPGs. I like RPGs where you can grind, but you can actually use the grinding to your advantage later on and progress easier on in the game. I like that. I don't know. There's just a lot of different games.
It's like they expect you to grind. I don't have 30 hours to grind, stupid. I have other games to play.
Now he likes that you can grind and use that to your advantage, though, so everything can be easy if you grind.
RPGs, I like RPGs where you can grind, but you can actually use the grinding to your advantage later on and progress easier on in the game.
See?
I like that. I don't know. There's just a lot of different games that I like. I don't really think that I could ever just put my finger down on one particular genre and say, this is my favorite. I love this. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Not black and white.
So, I'm sorry that I can't really give you a good answer, but that's pretty much my feeling on games in general.
Okay, move on, please. We done. No more.
Fence said our favorite genre.
This will be the final chat question, and this will be it for this episode of Ask the King. So let's do it.
Please.
Here we go. You're good.
Here we go.
Right.
All right. The question is, wow.
Thank you for re-upping your
really
membership.
intelligent questions this month. I'm loving
definitely. I'm loving this.
Maud AD5, or maybe it's Maud Dead 5, says, do you think that underage people should play 18 and up games?
Oh, God. Okay.
That's a great question.
Oh, intelligent question. It's going to be if your parents think it's fine, they should be allowed. That's my guess. What's your guess?
Yeah. The parents decide ultimately what the child should and shouldn't have. And then he's going to be like, obviously, they shouldn't be watching this or whatever. And then he's going to draw some fictional line. That's what I foresee happening. But then at the end of the day, it's still the parents.
Yeah, it's on the parents'
so
choice.
So what he means is mature rated, 17 plus.
Yeah, we get what it means.
The ratings board is different, therefore your rating
Got
system
4
is
minutes.
different.
I feel like you could fit all that in there.
That underage people should be playing these games. The bottom line is, it depends on the person.
7.
It depends on the maturity level of the person.
He said bottom line in okay, hold on. Just for the record here. He has said the bottom line 7 times in 14 minutes of this video.
Jeez.
That's at 1 every 2 minutes.
Exposure that person has had to this kind of content.
That bottom line's on the mind, man. Can't help himself.
For different reasons. Some games have nudity. Some games have sexual content. Some games have extreme gore and violence. Some games have very adult language.
Those. I like
so
that.
It all depends on what it's being rated on.
Yes.
Let me give you an example. Back in the 1990s, yes, games were being rated, but in arcades, it didn't matter. You could walk into any video arcade, put $1 in a machine, and play any game you wanted. There were like 10-year-olds playing Mortal Kombat.
You can still do that to this day. There's no rating on arcades, sir. I don't know why do you bring this up for this argument, but all right.
Kidding. Like, there were young kids playing Mortal Kombat, games where you would viciously rip people's hearts out.
Yeah, it was a young kid playing Mortal Kombat, and it was the ones that looked better, too.
They would play these games, and they loved it because this was their exposure to violence. So I guess
they would love it because it's their exposure to violence. Yes, Mommy, I'd like to get my exposure to violence. Please let me play this Mortal Kombat game. No kid's thinking that.
It really depends. Like,
you think it's cool, but it's not like,
that's the exact monologue they have. Yeah, they've thought out the entire process.
I know what he's saying is true.
See some violence today.
I want my exposure to violence.
If I saw a small child playing Mortal Kombat like that, would I be upset? Would I be upset? No. But then again, is this kid now becoming desensitized to it? Do they understand what they're playing, that it's entertainment and it's fantasy?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Slippery slope,
dude. Do I think that, if a kid wants a mature rated game, should a kid just beg their parents and the parents go get it anyway? I've seen this a lot of times. Little kids, and I know because I play them with them on fucking Call of Duty and shit. Little 12-year-old, 10-year-old kid, this game, I'm playing the game now. Their voice is so high-pitched.
What?
All they said was that they played the game on the microphone?
Yeah.
I don't know why they would say that, but...
So, he didn't even say anything. He just made noises. So he's like, beep, 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 beep. What?
Beg their parents and the parents go get it anyway.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen this a lot of times. Little kids, and I know because I play them with them
on what do they say?
Call of Duty and shit. Little 12-year-old, 10-year-old kid, this game, I'm playing the game now. Their voice is so high-pitched.
Says, I'm playing the game now.
Call of Duty. It's a mature-rated game. Oh, my mommy bought it for me. It's like...
Oh, what, you want to slap him?
Talk about a complete failure of the parental system.
You want to slap him?
It's just Call of Duty.
That if... Here, let me put it this way.
Yeah, please.
I think that if parents actually did their fucking jobs well, you wouldn't need to worry about game stores selling these games to kids. Because the kid wouldn't be able to sneak to the store and buy the fucking mature-rated game. You know what I mean?
Or if he feels that way about cigarettes and alcohol, too.
Because the store wouldn't sell it to him and their parents get it for them. So...
How about the Wolverine toy,
for
brother?
me, do I think that there should be an across-the-board, oh, no, it's like you cannot play this game or watch this game because you're a certain age? No. I think it's dependent upon the maturity level of the child or young adult teenager. However, I think it's the parent's job to decide whether or not it's best for their kid and or if the maturity level of their kid is ready to handle that kind of game.
Yeah.
And I think that parents need to really
the cousin
up
to
and be better
grandeur,
parents
obviously.
rather than just, well, my kid's whining and complaining. I'll give him fucking Call of Duty and he'll shut up for the next 4 months and I can go fucking do whatever I want. Irresponsible, disgusting. This is the kind of parenting that we're getting
but if you want to figure, you have to buy the figure.
in the world today, and that's why we have so many problems with this kind of stuff.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay, that is it for Ask the King. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We have 932 people on the stream by the end. That's crazy.
But you get those numbers today, don't you?
A vlog.
Wow.
Thank you very much, everyone who tuned in here on Twitch and also here on YouTube. I will now end the stream. We're going to upload these videos to YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you'll enjoy it.
What's going to be a lot of fun? Watching this back?
And thanks for joining me for Ask the King. Peace out.
Peace out.
All right.
Hold on. And there's the outro. So I guess we could say officially rip to the transition with the Ask the King going up, you know, the kind of blinds effect.
To YouTube, it's going to be
that is gone.
The staple, now it's banned.
It is gone. All right, so here's a minute 30 from yesterday we were watching some of the shit from the Seattle trip. I haven't seen this yet, but it said stupid jerk off pranksters, and I kind of wanted to see what he's talking about. So it's only a minute 30.
Well, since we're currently sitting outside of the EMP Museum waiting for an all clear from the local fire department,
Because what?
Because some dick probably pulled a fire alarm. We are actually directly across the street from the Space Needle. Which surprisingly, I thought when I played it from the second son that they maybe underestimated the actual size of the Space Needle. No, it's actually not very big. Compared to some other buildings that I've seen.
It's not big, dude.
Here it is from the ground level.
That's totally average to me.
I guess the top is rotating very slowly, right?
One rotation every hour.
It's hard. You can't really tell now.
No, you can't. We're underneath it, but every hour it does a full rotation. And there's a restaurant at the very, very top.
So we will be checking that out later.
We're not ever going there, honey. So forget about it.
Only about.
I was just talking about going there the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be a good view.
What happens with that,
Yeah.
But
shame you gotta walk through Crack Alley to get there, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Shame.
A lot of people shooting up.
Here's the monorail coming by.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Anyways, this is dumb.
May not do. I don't know.
This is dumb. This got 7,000 views, by the way. A minute and 30-second video of Seattle. Great. All right, episode 34. Oh, no. Is this done yet officially? It's 33, part 3. Yeah, we saw that one. There's the outro. All right, part 1. Episode 34. 1 month later. July 4th. Oh, shit. We got to go through the Independence Day crap now. First, I want to say...
sports, and ghosts?
Oh, ghosts. That could be a hype one, I guess. Literature's going to be stupid.
He's got a ghost story.
We still got this.
Classic, you have to.
Oh, God. Hear that air conditioning?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone.
Okay.
To Ask the King, episode 35. Today is July
34, sir.
4th, 2013. So happy
His title says 34 himself. I'm not lying.
Independence Day to everyone in the United States.
Here we go.
Where it is a national holiday. If it's not, if you live outside the United States, well, tough luck today. We get the day off and you don't. All right, so
Flex on the
this
foreigners.
episode of Ask
That's
the
what's
King
up, dude.
is actually going to be a little bit different than previous ones because my printer's on the fritz. Over the past month, something happened with my printer and it desynced from my PC. It is a wireless printer.
So yeah, can't figure that one out, can you, Philip? Your technological knowledge just lost.
Printer's dropping his inputs.
Yeah,
is that what he's saying right now?
Just has to reconnect it to the Wi-Fi network. Can't do it.
What I need to do
it's on the fritz.
Actually, is take this giant thing that weighs like 15 pounds,
needs to enable
unplug it, bring it in
VRR
here,
on the
plug it
printer
into
in
my
order to make
PC
it
again
work.
so it'll resync, and then bring it back into the bedroom and plug it back in, and then it'll work. However, I haven't had a chance to do that. I've been very busy with stuff, and I said rather than worry about rushing to do that today and have papers, I'm actually going to be reading the questions right off of my laptop.
Whoa!
Okay? So that's how we're going to do it today.
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to have
why
to be
you
bending over
wouldn't
a
do
little
that
to read it.
forever.
We're going to be reading off the laptop. We got a good assortment of questions, both from my website, thekingofhate.com, also from Twitter and Facebook, and we're going to be taking questions from a live raffle here on the
doing that
stream on
shit
Twitch
again?
TV, which is live streaming right now.
Okay.
So if you want your question answered, or you have a chance to have your question answered in the raffle, submit it via the raffle system in the stream chat. Okay. So we're gonna.
But yeah, good point. He said 15-pound printer. By the way, that printer's not 15 pounds.
I totally missed him say that it was 15 pounds.
That printer he has right there is at most 5 pounds, I'd say. But yes, 15 pounds, Phil. 15 pounds.
Right into it. Probably run a
He has one of those desktops. We saw it in his old Ack the Kings. It's one of these, typical style,
half-hour segment.
Home office style printers that weigh 5 pounds.
And then I'll take a break and another half-hour segment, etc., etc. We're going to split the videos up, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Excuse
Great
me.
start. Hello.
All right, so let's get right into it. Let me get my questions up here, and we'll get started.
No, it's crazy how bad his webcam looks.
Okay, so the first question is from Prince Sephiroth. And he asks, hey Phil, I was wondering if there are any types of literature or a genre of books that you were particularly...
Okay, from what my knowledge of his condo tours, we have Game of Fire and Ice or whatever, or the Game of Thrones style.
Game of Thrones, yep.
What other books has he shown though? A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I believe.
Okay, that sounds like a Phil book.
And I believe Lord of the Rings. Those are my 3 guesses of what we're going to see.
Lord of the Rings was going to be my guess, so I'm glad you said that.
Any other ones you want to add to the ring?
No, I'm not really caught up on his literature choices. I'm always surprised he can still read.
Fond of or liked reading. I'm a huge fan of Greek and Norse mythology myself.
Who cares?
I also like sci-fi set in the universe of some of my favorite works of fiction, such as Star Wars and Star Trek. How about you? And again, it's from Prince Sephiroth.
Philip, at the very least, guys, he did say I know he said he read that book before. I know it. Before the movie came out, he said he read it before. I'm not saying he actually did, but he said he read it and he knew a quote from it. So that's all I'm saying. So that's why I bring up the Hitchhiker's Guide. That's all I know.
Over the course of my life, there have been different book series that I've definitely enjoyed, one of which being...
God, look at this alien response. Over the course of my lifetime, I have read different books according to different eras of my life.
How about you? And again, it's from Prince Sephiroth.
That's how he answers this.
Over the course of my life, there have been different book series that I've definitely enjoyed, one of which being The Lord of the Rings. I actually read the Lord of the Rings trilogy before the movies were ever even in production when I was much younger.
Whoa, they made a book out of that movie? That movie was hype. They made books out of that? Awesome.
I don't believe him. Not one goddamn second do I believe him.
And I absolutely loved those books. And so when the movies came out, obviously I was ecstatic that these characters from these books that I had read earlier in my life were coming to life on the silver screen. Okay?
Silver screen. That's such a grandpa term. The silver screen. I enjoyed seeing my heroes up there on the silver screen.
Another series of books that I absolutely loved to read when I was really young was Goosebumps. I know a lot of people probably remember that.
You know Goosebumps, Atlas?
Of course I know Goosebumps.
Oh, just making sure.
I have a Goosebumps shirt. Goosebumps was on TV when I was an age which it was appropriate to watch Goosebumps.
Okay, just checking.
Kind of funny but scary kind of thriller books written for kids, so it wasn't anything like really gory or anything, but it was creepy monster ghost stories and stuff like that. I really enjoyed those. As I got older, I actually liked this line of books that were called the Redwall books. They were by a writer called Brian Jacques.
Redwall. This is one I've never heard of. Redwall.
Never in my life. No.
Brian Jacques. Redwall. All right, so Redwall is a series of children's fantasy novels by British writer Brian Jacques. And this is, I'll give you just one cover so you know what it's talking about. Oh, what
is this book about?
It's like Lord of the Rings style with a mouse though as the main character. Redwall, where legends are made. Oh, some people know Redwall. There you go. Big ups to everybody who knows Redwall. I never saw Redwall. I can't say I know Redwall. Big ups to Evil Moto in the house. I thought he reads exclusively Scholastic. Well, maybe that's where he got his Redwall from. I don't know. I never seen Redwall.
Looks like you could sell it Scholastic style.
Yeah, this is a Redwall. And also you could say this combined.
That's fucking dope.
Combined with it. Redwall, there. Then I should say Daytona, too.
I was thinking Daytona.
Daytona! Let me do this.
About anthropomorphic animals that were like humans, basically.
Okay, okay.
But it was kind of in a British setting. It was more like medieval times.
It was a British setting.
Some of them were like
British
invaders,
style.
and some of them were like peaceful settlers. And it was
there,
knighthood and
believe it
stuff
or
like
not.
that
Cool.
with animals, which was pretty crazy. But it was a really interesting series of books, and I read quite a lot of them. Unfortunately, later on, Brian passed away, and he was never able to really complete the series of books. Now, as I got older,
there was a lot of chewing on that.
My taste got a little bit different. And so I'd have to say some of the series that I've read since I was basically an adult, I'd say probably since I've been 20 years old, would have been the Bryan Adams books about...
Brian Adams?
Brian Adams?
Everything I do it for you. That's Brian Adams, right? I
believe so.
Yeah. What other songs does he have?
That's a great question. I think that's the only one I can name.
Oh,
and I can't
back
even name
in the summer of '69, me and the guys from Sikorsky, well, I met my dad and he gave me some certs. Didn't really work too hard. Got laid off in the summer of 2009. Oh, stop.
I like that. I like that. You have a little workshop, and I think you got it.
Yeah, need some time in the lab.
I read that entire series of books.
Oh, when I look back now, they really seem to spend millions on me. Oh, but then they laid me off. Those assholes really had it coming. All right, I'll stop. I really will stop.
That series,
You're really good at that.
Also, some of these Dan Brown books, like I did not read the
Summer
first
of
one,
Total
Da Vinci
Wine.
Code.
That's the name of it.
Demons, I also read.
What's Dan?
Shit, there was another one he wrote after that I read.
Yeah, what was it?
And the new one just came out, Inferno. I'll probably get around to reading that one too. And of course, everyone knows I'm reading Game of Thrones. I like that series of books.
Look at this.
So there's a lot of different series of books and a lot of different
highly educated
subject matters as well.
I've seen his degree today. It was in Latin.
Look at this reader here.
Enjoyed over time.
Check out the big reading off Hill.
And I'm sure there's going to be ones in the future too that are going to kind of catch me and have me read them all. But for now, that's pretty much what I've been following along.
Catch me, what?
Catch me. And I'm sure there's going to be ones in the future too that are going to kind of catch me.
Oh, okay,
and have
catch
me read them all. But for now, that's pretty much what I've been following.
That's a good question for tonight. If anyone's got an SOK account, what's the last book you read? Because
oof,
I doubt it was any time recently.
Okay, the next question is from Master of Awesomeness, who I actually met at SGC.
Oh.
And he asks, what are your favorite baseball teams and what are your least favorite baseball teams?
Okay, so it's my prediction. He's going to say I don't have one. But since I live in Connecticut, I root for... What? Well, who would he root for?
I don't even know who the Connecticut team is.
They don't have a They don't have a team, but I think those people used to go for the New York teams, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I thought. But like, which one? Because there's multiple.
Mets.
Right?
Okay, a lot of people are saying the Mets. All right, he'll probably say the Mets. All right, we'll see if he says the Mets. But I think his final answer is I don't have a favorite team. That's what I'm guessing.
Of course. And he's said before he's not a big baseball style.
Yeah, and he doesn't know who he doesn't like because he doesn't know well enough. That's my guess.
Well, first of all, I can tell you this. I'm not a big fan of sports, okay? I was when I was younger. When I was a younger kid, I actually collected baseball cards.
Whoa.
I was going to games. I would go to baseball games.
Cool.
There was a lot of this stuff that I would follow, but then it kind of fell off, and the reason is, unfortunately, my teams, which were always kind of the second string New York, New Jersey
Mets and Jets. There we go.
Yep.
So he's got to say what? He's a fair weather fan?
teams always choked. So we're talking teams like the Mets, teams like the Jets, teams like the New York Knicks. These are the teams that, like, every year they have a massive potential. They look like they're going to do well. And then when it finally comes down to it, they fucking choke when it counts. But I was a fan of the Mets during the time of the greats, like Darryl Strawberry and Howard Johnson. And there was like 2 or 3 other really big players that were on the Mets, and they were kind of like the dream team for the Mets. Those few years were the years that I was really heavily into baseball, and I would go to baseball games. It's actually kind of a no-no. Like I said, with baseball cards and all that. Then...
yeah, I don't think the Knicks are second string. The Mets definitely fall into that category of second string, though, because obviously Yankees are bigger and they have more money.
Yep.
But I don't know about the other teams falling into that category at all, but all right.
Unfortunately, I kind of just fell off because, like I said, all my teams every year would choke, and it's just like, how many years can you watch something and then watch them literally do the same fucking thing every year at the 11th hour when it counts, when it's time to put down and bunker down and do well, they would always choke, and I said...
he said bunker down. The correct term is hunker down, actually, but it's okay.
When it counts, when it's time to put down and bunker down and do well, they would always choke. And I said, you know what? I've had enough. And that's pretty much when I stopped watching all sports altogether. Later on, I did actually pick up American
So basically, you're a fair weather fan that only will watch your team when they're doing good. Fair enough.
football, but then even then I watched it for a year
I'm
or
not
two.
surprised by that at all.
Nope. His
We've all
team's doing
seen how
shit.
DSP's loyalty is like none.
He's the
It's
kind of kid.
non-existent.
He would not wear his like Mets jacket if they didn't make the playoffs. You know, I'm not wearing that anymore. They're not good this year. You know,
Yep.
that kind of douchebag.
For me, the problem is it's too long. There's too many games, and it takes too long to get to the end of the season. It's like, how many fucking months do you expect me to follow this?
It takes too long to get to the end of the season. Hurry up.
And follow it, and follow it, and follow it, and watch every game. Oh, I missed 2 games. Now
They do
everything's
play
different.
like 150 games a year or something. Like that's crazy.
That is a lot. That's just ridiculous. I agree. It is
but
too
I don't
many
think
games.
anybody
but...
watches all of them.
Well, I mean, it's the hardest of the hardcores do, of course, but like it's not a contract. You could you don't have to watch them. You know, you could just like check the scores or the highlights that night. You know, but all right.
Yeah.
For Philip, it's too much work.
Like I don't have enough time to follow that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's become so overblown because it's become a business, a money-making business. That's the only.
It's been that way for 60 years at this point. When he talks about this, it's been that way for 70 years. But all right, it's become too much of a business.
The reason why there's so many games is because it's a business now, and it's all about the money. It's not about the love of the sport, and so they have to play us 5 bajillion fucking games so that they can make as much TV revenue as they possibly can.
Yep.
So for me, I fell off from sports when I was much younger.
Yeah.
But just stopped
my
off,
least favorite baseball team, I have none, because quite honestly, like I said, I've been following baseball for so long. I
nailed this
really
second
about
half,
it,
not the first half.
I wouldn't even know enough about it to hate them. It seems like the team that everyone loves to hate is either the Yankees or the Red Sox for different reasons, but I was never really part of that rivalry because, like I said, I was a fan of the Mets, so I wasn't even involved in that historic rivalry of this area.
Okay? What? I wasn't involved in it. How would you be?
Like he was getting into street fights about it?
I wasn't involved in it. I stayed out of that.
He was a Yankee-style hooligan? Like, is that what he thinks he would have to be?
Thanks,
Good
Philip.
question. All right, this is a long one, so bear with it, but let's talk. All right, this is Phil. What are your thoughts on movie sequels and the director's approach towards such things today? Today, most movies that break box office are usually sequels.
Yeah.
I'm in an uproar with certain sequels because they're so ridiculous that these series are getting extended, especially when you're up to like 6 Fast and Furious.
We know he hates prequels. Do we hate sequels too? Let's see.
Then you have The Hangover Part 3, and it's like, that's absolutely ridiculous. How the
You
fuck
want to
did
guess
that
on it? Do you
situation
want to
happen?
guess what he's going to say?
Okay, you go first. I've been guessing first every time so far.
Okay, so I think that he's gonna go like the route of like, yeah, these greedy companies, they just want to pump out these sequels and cash it in, and they wind up ruining the franchise. And I would be surprised if he didn't talk shit about Mass Effect 3.
Okay, oh, that's a deep cut there. Going very specific with that one. I'm saying once you get, I think he's going to say this. I'm thinking basically the same thing, but here's my hot take, low chance happening. He's going to say once you get past the second one, you have to start thinking they're probably in it just to make money. So the second one is fine, but once you go to 3, it's bad. That's what I'm going to say. I think he's going to say something to that effect. Like 2 is fine, 3 is not fine. Here we go.
I hope that segues into Mass Effect 3. Honestly, I think that's the maneuver.
3 times, it makes no fucking sense.
Okay.
So it's ridiculous because you know the fans of the first movie.
It's still the question, by the way. We're just reading the question right now.
Just keep coming and spending their money over and over, regardless of the fact if the sequel ends up being a piece of shit or not.
Definitely. Can we just answer it?
Also, he actually says this was the way I felt towards Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull until finally I accepted that the movie did suck ass and never needed to be made.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think a director's motives are for this? Are they doing it just for the money? Are they doing it because they want to extend the story with these characters that they fell in love with?
This dude is
dead. Because they want to they don't know how to make a new movie
and he's asking
franchise.
DSP.
It's easier to just make a sequel.
What the fuck does he
are they
know?
doing it because maybe it's less likely that a sequel will flop at the box office, and they're afraid to take risk with new projects.
Oh my God!
Run sequels when they're in need of a success. They just want to make more money. What do they want? What is the deal with that? And that's from Hale. So thank you, Hale, for that.
Thank you, Hale. Get help, Hale. Before we get to the answer, Jay Wusso in the house says, as a Royals fan, most Yankees fans are assholes. Well, yeah, I think the Yankees fans are known for their asshole-ishness, but they're proud of that, I think. But
yeah, I thought that was the stereotype about Yankees fans.
Yeah, they're proud of that, though. They would take that as a compliment.
well thought out question.
Like being an Ohio State fan in football.
Because we've been talking
everybody
very
hates
recently
me,
about
that's the
sequels.
thing.
But it's good. It's a positive thing.
Well thought out question. And it's funny because we've been talking very recently about sequels in games, and when you really think about it, it is the same situation with movies as well.
Answer the question, please.
Everything's a fucking sequel or a remake.
Okay.
There's almost no originality when it comes to a lot of stuff these days, and you got to ask yourself why. Why is there no originality? Well, it's basically two reasons. Number one, it's because we're in a bad economy, and not only in America but internationally, the economy is bad. And when people have less money, they spend less money on entertainment. Okay.
That is the opposite of the truth. When economy is bad, people spend more money on entertainment style stuff. I remember the study that was done on that. I know it's weird, but when the economy is bad, actually, people spend more on that kind of shit. As Instamat said, it's the opposite. But and also TVs. Yeah, it's weird, but it's definitely the opposite of that.
Because
but
we're in a bad economy, and not only in America but internationally,
you
the economy is bad. People
Look
have
at
less
me.
money. They spend less money on entertainment. Okay.
The opposite is true.
If you're spending less money on entertainment, that means you're going to pick and choose what you can watch. And are you going to go see the sequel to the movie that you really liked, or are you going to take a chance on a movie that you don't know if it's good or not, and you may or may not like? That's what's happening right now with movies. Okay. But it's actually the exact same thing with video games.
Can we answer it?
Games are becoming bigger projects. They're having bigger budgets now. They cost millions of dollars to make. They're getting serious voice actors, serious actors to do stuff in these roles. And because the production values are going up, the cost to make the games are going up. So you really have to think, if we're a games development studio, we can make a sequel to a game that sold really well and know that just because it's a sequel, we could have guaranteed money that'll make up for the massive amount of money that we spent developing this game.
You've got a built-in player base already for the franchise. Like, I get it.
We're not going to get an answer here.
Or we can take a chance.
He's just educating everyone right now.
On a brand new franchise that we're not sure how the gaming audience is going to accept it. So this is what's happening with game studios today. It's the same situation. Surefire money on our investment, or take a chance at something new and good.
Money.
And a lot of, unfortunately, with these movie studios and with game studios, they're doing the same thing. Go with the sure bet. Just make Call of Duty number 472 instead of focusing on a new project over here that could possibly be better.
Yes,
or at least different.
Yes.
So this is what happens in a bad economy when people have less money to spend on these superfluous entertainment.
We're still on part one of this. It's partly the economy.
Surefire bet of what they know exactly.
We're basically just explaining the question back to him. Okay.
And therefore, since these studios are looking to make up for money for their investment on making the games, they just make the sequels. The problem is that it stifles creativity and it stifles the art of these things.
Okay.
So this is what people don't seem to realize a lot of the time. Sure.
Now we're not realizing something. All right.
A movie or a video game.
What didn't I realize?
Don't even think
about for business. That's why you're doing it. You make it to make money. But it's also a work of art.
Art.
So the artistic value of
I've
what
never
you're
heard
doing,
this before.
You have to weigh that
It's
in.
definitely artistic.
Is Call of Duty Ghosts going to be a work of art?
Yes.
Or is it going to be, okay, same fucking rehash shit, go on the line, play for hundreds of hours, because I'm a zombie drone and I've been playing the same fucking game for 6 years now, but every year I just go buy it because this is what I do for my free
every
time.
Call of Duty?
That's the question. And you have to ask yourself, if you went and saw The Hangover 3, did you take money out of the pocket of another movie that was really fucking good, that was very artistic, a great story, great cinematography, great acting, but you put the money in the pocket of these guys that just dialed in a third shitty sequel to a movie instead of asking to maybe a new...
It dialed in. It wasn't that bad. It had some moments. Hangover 3.
They dialed it in here and there.
They dialed it in, but you know
that deserved it better. And this is a big problem right now.
They dialed it in. He's trying to say phoned it in, by the way.
Yeah, phoned it in.
They dialed it in. They dialed it in.
Creativity and the artistic value of the things that are being putting out there are diminishing rapidly because it's all about this now. It's all about this. About this quality. And that's a problem. Then when you go to the store and you spend your $60 on a video game, you want a game that's the same fucking gameplay you've played 7 times before.
Yes, I do actually want that.
Depends on how good the gameplay is.
And that's the question. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm just going to go for the same shit that I always played before because I know that I enjoy that. And that's fine, but understand that that is going to stifle creativity.
If they would have given me 7 Call of Duties when I thought they were good, I would have bought all of them and loved them. The problem is they changed them and I don't like them now.
Something beautiful, the sake of something awesome, something entertaining, something fun, something different, something new. And so you have to weigh and balance those two things, art versus business, okay?
Okay.
Right now, it's like business, and art's somewhere way down here that is like an afterthought a lot of times. So it's a sad situation.
It's like the DSP channel, though, isn't it?
If the economy turns around, if all of a sudden in a couple of years, whoa, businesses start booming again, money is up, you know, we got maybe another tech boom or something, you will see people with more money spending more again, and you'll take more chances on these things that aren't the surefire bet that you know what it is. But the problem is right now we're just in this bad situation.
I'm so close to fast forwarding.
Media on TV every day saying,
I don't know how he's making it last this long. This is crazy.
Jobs. And then when you actually do research and you find out that the unemployment is not down, that there's actually record numbers of people just giving up on the job search because they just can't find work.
Yeah.
And the jobs that they claim are being created are line-level service jobs that pay minimum wage and aren't even enough to make a living wage to live in this country. You find out, wow, things aren't getting better, they're getting worse. And so things are going to continue to get worse with things like movies and games until the government finds a way to flip it. And right now, they're doing a god-awful job of doing it, okay? They're just not doing anything to make things better, and that's a major fucking problem.
No, he doesn't know that.
All right.
Recession is always on for Philip Cobain. It never stops.
Now, this next question is interesting because a lot of people asked it this time around.
A lot of people.
Have a common theme, so I'm not going to just say one person asked it, but I am going to address the subject matter.
This is a lot of people's fault
again.
Okay.
Phil, what do you think about ghosts? Are you superstitious?
Okay, so I'll let you go first again. You think he does believe in ghosts? I think he said he has a story.
I don't think he believes in ghosts, but I have heard him talk about like a strange encounter, something to do with like he saw his uncle in the hallway or something, but his uncle was like already dead, or it was something like that. But he doesn't believe in ghosts, I believe was the takeaway.
No ghosts, but something happened. Okay. Oh, by the way, he never answered that question, by the way. The previous question he didn't answer, so there was no kind of answer there, so fuck it.
Do you believe in the supernatural? And a lot of people were asking me.
Yeah, so basically a fence sit. I have seen a ghost, but I don't believe in ghosts.
They said when they watch me play a game that may be scary, I don't seem to get scared that much at it. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing Silent Hill or whatever, and I'm not terrified at the scary part.
You are so scared you'll make bad jokes to like talk through what might scare you. So you are scared, sir. But okay.
A lot of other people are.
He's a big, strong man. Obviously, he's not scared of the game.
Now, I'm going to answer it carefully because I don't want to offend people. Okay?
What? Offend who? Ghosts? I don't want to offend any possible ghost viewers I have out there, so I'm not saying you definitely don't exist.
Ghost denier.
Yeah.
Personally, myself, I do not believe in ghosts. Okay, I do not believe in the supernatural. I don't believe that there are oogly ghoulies out there that are trying to scare us with contact. I'm not saying that there isn't some kind of a scientific thing going on with things such as ghosts, where people are seeing the same thing over and over or experiencing crazy.
So there is a scientific thing about ghosts? What?
But it's not a. But he doesn't believe in ghosts. Stupid.
But
keep
there's
up,
a
ALT.
scientific thing about ghosts.
Crazy, you know, isn't some kind of a scientific thing going on with things such as ghosts?
Okay.
Where people are seeing the same thing over and over or experiencing crazy, you know, things that can't be explained. There may actually be things beyond our understanding that we just haven't discovered yet.
Yeah.
That do exist. However, I do not believe in this ethereal that all the dead are trying to contact us and come back and do all this stuff. I don't believe in zombies, or at least I don't believe that the supernatural version of zombies could happen, but I believe that maybe a virus could make a person turn into a zombie-like creature.
We weren't talking about zombies. We were talking about ghosts. So he believes in the
in zombies. Yeah, he believes zombies. Left 4 Dead, he thinks is possible. And by the way, zombies aren't ghosts, but he thinks zombies are possible with a disease. Cool.
I don't believe in zombies is a crazy sentence.
He said, I don't believe in zombies, well, in the supernatural zombies, but I do believe in disease zombies, he said. He does believe in disease zombies. So, like, Left 4 Dead is real for him.
zombies, or at least I don't believe that the supernatural version of zombies could happen, but I believe that maybe a virus could make a person turn into a zombie-like creature. Okay.
What?
Sounds good.
Vampires, werewolves, you know what I mean? All the supernatural stuff. I've never believed in it. And actually, there was a point in my life when I was younger when I thought it would be really cool if when I got older, I could actually maybe investigate those kind of phenomena. Like, I would be like, and I'm not saying ghost hunters, but I actually...
So, like, every fucking kid on Earth at some point? Yeah. Black Mage says, this is the Trigger Indrid segment. Yes, definitely. Indrid is into this kind of stuff, so... She is coping right now.
I had the idea for ghost hunters before ghost hunters ever happened.
Okay. I wish DSP had a ghost hunting channel instead of the React channel. That would be far more interesting.
And actually, there was a point in my life when I was younger when I thought it would be really cool if when I got older, I could actually maybe investigate those kind of phenomena. Like, I would be like, and I'm not saying ghost hunters, but I actually had the idea for ghost hunters before ghost hunters ever happened.
He had that idea, assholes.
He invented ghost hunters, obviously. Add that to the list.
Ghost hunting. Hell yeah.
Just, didn't have the means to really do anything with it, but I was
he
like,
was the first person ever think about hunting a ghost, obviously.
He inspired ghost hunters, the review bra, any cooking
TikTok,
channels on YouTube, TikTok.
YouTube shorts.
He invented all this stuff, dude. You guys got to understand all the things this man has invented. It's crazy, dude.
Haunted areas of
Don't
the world.
Don't forget video essays. He invented the entire genre.
Equipment and see what the hell was really there. And it's funny because I have to say this. These shows, these ghost hunter shows, have become so overblown and over dramatized and staged. They're blatantly staged at this point.
Well, here's the thing, DSP. There's not really ghosts. So, it is kind of staged, actually.
Like, you'll be like...
I hate to break it to you, wrestling's not real either.
Did you hear that?
Oh my God. Don't break his heart now.
The scary music. No. Oh, no. What did they hear? It's like, I didn't fucking hear anything. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like,
that's
so
part of the fun, though.
Fake, and it's just a shame because I would actually like some scientific... people to go research.
Oh, Anime 109 says, "Is that not the sweaty noon shirt?"
King.
This is the shirt. No, that's a different one you're thinking of. The one that has the under boobs sweat. That is in his face reveal.
Yes, that one. That's a rough fit, bud.
That is a different video. This has the moves.
Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that.
Good part right here.
I mean, I got a chubby face. I always have since I was a kid, but I'm not morbidly obese. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, you guys, that asshole who made some joke about me looking like a Rufus. Really, just some of the internet people just need to get lives. And,
clearly hit him right in the heart with that Rufus comment.
He's got that extra crease right under his... Yeah, look at that.
Look at this. I'm not severely obese. I got a chubby face. I always have.
I'll just be able to kind of have a vent.
Yes, thanks, Rufus. All right, moving on. That's a different shirt, but this could also have it, by the way. Spitfire1 says, if you like the fact that I'm experiencing supernatural phenomenon, please consider leaving a tip. Oh, definitely. If you like the fact that I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in zombies, but I do believe zombies are possible in a disease-like situation, please tip. Thank you.
This stuff and see if there's any weight to it, and maybe there is something that we don't know. There's some scientific phenomenon
insane conversation
that we could actually discover if someone treated it seriously. But again, they're treating it more as a business than as a scientific research.
Sir, there's not really ghosts to hunt. What are they supposed to do?
Why does everything have to be over?
But he's believing in like a fourth dimensional being as a ghost instead. Like that's how he would. As long as it lives in a different dimension, we're cool. Like it's not a ghost. Okay, I don't know, man.
You can't scientifically measure. Okay, so some people in chat like injured believing ghosts. All right, I'm totally cool, guys. But can you tell me how you can scientifically measure a ghost, guys? That's all I'm asking. How are they supposed to scientifically measure said ghost? Wesley H in the house says he knows ghosts aren't real. Otherwise, T and Scott will be haunting him. Maybe they are from the corners of the screen. Maybe they are from the corners of the screen. Yes. And big ups Toxic Cherry Juice for the massive member bomb.
So more people will watch on TV so we can sell more ads. No, make a serious fucking show where people are really researching it and doing this stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Serious show researching
Ghost Adventures, Haunted Collector, all this shit, and it's all so fucking fake. It is so fake. I just want to see the reality of it. I want to see it really be done, or someone do it off TV and just be scientifically researching it for real purposes. But I don't
like Irate Gamer does, you guys.
Oh yeah, the Irate Gamer. Hell yeah, Irate Gamer now is searching the supernatural.
I probably never will. I've never had a supernatural experience, or anything crazy like that happen to me, and I don't think I ever will start believing in it unless I do have like a supernatural experience or whatever happened to me, which has not happened. Okay.
Definitely.
All right, next question.
I swear to God, I'm not making that nonsense
up
about him having a story.
Yeah, he didn't have one this time, but all right.
Despite a lack of attention.
I believe he said something like that too, though. Something like that. But
hey, Phil. So, State of Decay turned out to be quite a good game despite a lack of attention from the gaming press, or I guess the mainstream gaming press. Unfortunately, this seems to happen lately. Decent games are going unnoticed and not getting the attention that they deserve. What are your
There's
thoughts
a lot of good
on
games
this?
out in this era, actually.
What do you think needs to be done to change it? And that's from
so many games.
X610. It's an interesting question.
No,
the reason I say that is because
no, not really.
I do notice that some games are getting more attention from the mainstream. In fact, I just have a new issue of Game Informer showed up.
You guys remember Game Informer?
They review like 3 mobile games.
Of course, Philip had that. I remember like seeing it, but I never had the subscription. Wish I did, but unfortunately did not. Did you have the Game Informer subscription, Atlas?
I did. I did.
Oh, look at you. Baller alert! Baller alert!
I didn't know at that time that it costed money. I thought they just liked us because we were there a lot. Because I was buying games.
Stupid game.
Nice.
Break the Rope or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, Break the Rope.
Do I really need a review for
Shooting
Break
ropes.
the Rope? I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's a touchscreen game where you break ropes. Do you need to fucking review it? Like, okay.
Yes, you do. Okay, it's a game where you run to the flagpole. Do I need you to review the game where I run to the flagpole? You can say that for any fucking game on Earth.
If I want to check it out, I'll check it out. It's free to play anyway.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I check it out? But I understand what he's saying. It seems like there's a lot of games these days that go under the radar of the mainstream press. And if you want my honest opinion, it's because a combination of factors. Okay.
No, I want you to lie to me.
The first factor is that there's just a hell of a lot more games coming out than ever before. I remember back in the day,
and they all bang.
I'll probably talk about this one day in my podcast when I do my Back in the Day segment. But back in the day, when you had the days of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation 1, it wasn't like, oh my God, I can go to the store right now and buy 100 games, or I can go online and download more of 1,000 games. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, this year there's maybe 100 games coming out for the console that you have, and you would pick and choose which ones you want to play. And it wasn't just so much to digest. You didn't have all these indie game studios doing this kind of stuff. It was a much different situation. So back then, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Who knew that the gaming industry was going to change and develop? Who would have thought?
It was hard to actually miss a game in the mainstream media because usually they covered most of them because there weren't that many. This day and age, like, how could you possibly play and review every single indie game and then have it, an article about it? You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
I don't think it would be possible.
Who gives a shit about the mainstream gaming media?
Hang on, need a sip.
Now, the other factor that you have to bring into it and realize
the other factor
is that it's all about this. Again, it seems like every question is turning into semantic. It's all about this. It's all about money. Okay?
Yes.
So, when a
That's how I feel when I watch this Q&A. It's all about this.
All about
Everything
this.
turns back into the money.
Anything for this.
Like, let's say GameSpot.
Yeah, please.
When they have to decide what games they're going to play and review, the bottom line is they're going to play and review the games that are paying them to advertise them, because that's part of the whole deal. You advertise our game, put our ads on your stuff, we pay you. That's how you make money on your website when people come to read your articles. So obviously, the bigger games, you know what I mean, are always going to be covered by the mainstream because of this. Not because of the quality, not because you need to actually read a review for Call of Duty, because if you read a Call of Duty review for the mainstream, they're always going to rate it a 9 or above anyway. But because of this.
But people want to see Call of Duty because there's a lot of people who like Call of Duty. It's not complicated.
Good games get press. That's the bottom line.
Not even sometimes good games. Games that people buy get press, and you can tell which ones. Like,
Now, State of Decay was this smaller indie game. It didn't get a lot of coverage. It didn't really get a lot of attention. I did notice it did have a preview article in a issue of Game Informer a few months ago, and that's how I knew about the game.
Nice.
And then I didn't know when it was coming out. Luckily, my viewers told me it came out. I played it, and I actually loved the damn game. It's really well done.
Viewers came to save the day.
But I really doubt that they have any kind of a marketing budget. So they're not going to reach out to a website like GameSpot and say, oh, by the way, we're going to give you ads to advertise our game. We'll throw money your way. Can you please review our game? Okay? So the less money you have, the more indie game studio you are, the harder it is to get your game noticed, and that's a problem.
That's exactly how it works 100% of the time. No indie studio has ever succeeded on a massive scale before.
Definitely. No such thing as Minecraft.
Dollars, they go out, you advertise the fuck out of them. Why do you think there were 6 Fast and Furious movies?
Why?
Because they have the biggest money backing them. They're able to advertise the fuck out of it, and everyone goes to see it, versus a movie that maybe didn't.
They also all make a fuck ton of money. That also has a hand in that, sir. So, all right.
Have that much support, and you never heard of it, but it's an actually really fucking good movie. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why I think a game like State of Decay maybe have been skipped by the mainstream media. Now, that being said, from what I understand, a lot of media did cover it. I think that actually Game Informer did do a review of it, and a lot of places rated the game very highly. So for the people that did review it, reviewed it pretty high, and I guess that's what you really need to do is understand that when you have an indie game like that,
I forget where we started.
The mainstream media isn't talking about
State of Decay. We're talking about State of Decay.
State of Decay, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, those are zombies. Aren't there zombies in that? Are they made from disease?
That is a zombie game.
So they could be real. Yeah, it is. Life as you know it has gone to hell after the mother of all zombie outbreaks. So this is something Phil believes could really happen.
Very happy that I did give State of Decay a shot.
Yeah, that's why he liked it so much, probably. He thought it was like educational.
And real.
In my opinion.
Okay. By the way, let's we mentioned Irate Gamer. Let's see what he's up to real quick.
Oh, Irate Gamer is so cool.
Is the Repertoire Theater. It's home to 3 ghosts that haunt this facility.
Our
house that we did last time.
Oh, this is scientific, Philip.
I've got another little game.
Oh, this rocks.
This looks pretty scientific right now.
Lights that you can interact
Indrid
with.
is punching air.
This is pretty scientific. I mean, what else do you want? We got lights.
So they're all purple now.
Okay.
But if you touch them,
what do you have?
Turn them different colors. And then to sweeten the deal, I know you've got a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I do.
I've got a cookie here.
Ghost candy? Let's go. Ghost cookie.
Just for you. How about this just for you?
He has a theory that you should bring food for the ghost because it makes them more apt to talk to you. Like last time I seen him, he brought a jar of peanut butter.
Whoa,
it was very cool.
We're trying to trap the ghosts. Okay, hype. Let's see if it changes color. This is pretty scientific, though, Philip. You can't say this is not scientific.
That smells good.
I smell that. Absolutely.
That is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Can you touch one of those lights as a thank you?
Oh, definitely. Touch the lights.
Please.
Touch the lights. Touch the lights. Touch them.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Need to see the lights change, please.
Touch the lights. Come on.
Pretty nice.
I'm here for you.
The audience is waiting.
This is scientific.
Let's go.
There you go.
There you go. Is it a pet ghost?
Like do it again.
Oh my God.
That cookie is for you. I want you to enjoy that.
That cookie is for you.
Can you spike 2 lights this time? Can you do that for me?
Yeah, 2 lights. Come on, buddy. You can do this.
Is that all you're gonna give me? Just one little flash?
It's like you're trying to coax the ghost out.
Come on, Casper.
Anna, despite the meter, the theater director heard me addressing the girl as Anna and told me the following.
So, according to other
All right, I'm out.
See, but it's research. We just got to the scientific part.
Okay, next question.
That was scientific, though, definitely.
I'm probably going to answer one or two more questions.
Please.
And then we're going to take a quick break, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, next question. is from the Pete Mix, and he asks,
"What's up, Pete Mix?
What are your thoughts on free-to-play games arriving on next-gen consoles?
Oh.
Unlike current free-to-play games like Tekken Revolution, where you're limited to how much that you can actually play the game because it's free.
Yeah.
Games like PlanetSide 2, Warframe, and DC Universe Online, which are coming to the PlayStation 4, or World of Tanks, which is coming to Xbox One, are creating a new free-to-pay area on console.
Free-to-pay
on console.
That's the Philips streams are free to pay.
Are creating a new free-to-pay area on era on consoles.
Cool.
Do you think that this will become a significant market area for next-gen console
Definitely.
gaming, or do you think that they'll not really pick up? Like
They're not really picking up.
That's an interesting question because
I don't care.
Such an interesting question.
Kind of deal was a big push at E3. If you
Big
noticed,
push,
during
dude.
both the PlayStation 4
Huge
and
push.
the Xbox One press conferences, they were mentioning all
everybody
these
wants to go free to play.
games coming to consoles. The bottom line is this:
Okay.
anything that's free is
9.
going to do well. Like my videos, they're free. That's why people watch them. If people had to pay to see my content, I'd probably
no one would pay for that
a
shit.
much significantly smaller group of people would
Much
probably watch my
significantly
videos.
smaller.
It's just a fact of life. Free means more people get access to it, okay?
Okay.
So, when you talk about free-to-play, I guarantee you, on launch, the free-to-play games are probably going to do huge. Everyone's going to buy a PlayStation 4 and probably buy 1 or 2 launch titles, play them for a while, and say, all right, now what else is on my console? Then they're going to realize, holy shit, PlanetSide 2, DC Universe, Warframe, all these games are free? Download them and play them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Am I going to be able to help
Will
themselves?
people necessarily sink money into those games?
Now
That remains
that's
to be seen,
different.
because
I have some history of that myself with a game called WB Supercard.
that's the deal here, is that those games only exist because people are paying to do things in them. Will people take the next step and actually pay to do things in them? I don't know, okay? But this is an interesting era because it's the first time we're going to be getting these free-to-play games on consoles. Previously, they've always been
Look what they
on
did.
PC, and even games like Hawken.
Look how they massacred our boy.
Hawken.
The other one was, I don't think it was free-to-play, but Hawken, free-to-play game on PC. People were playing it and like, this is like better than a retail game with the graphics and shit. How is this free-to-play? So free-to-play games are not these little stupid addictive mini games anymore. They're actually becoming full-blown as good as retail.
Full-blown.
And if that happens and continues to happen, it could completely change the business model and the way the games work. Now the problem is there's certain games that obviously this
always
works
a
for, and
problem.
certain games that don't.
Yeah,
remember when we said that there was going to be a free-to-play model for Killer Instinct because that idiot Mitch Dyer misinformed everybody last month?
Asshole.
Well, just imagine that. Imagine if Killer Instinct really were going to be a free-to-play game where you only get one character, and if you want others, you have to pay $5 each for each character. But if the game has 20 characters, that means it costs $100 to buy the full game. Imagine.
I'm too bored of this question. DSP had a little bit of a history with Mitch Dyer. This is 2 years before. Okay, so this is 2 years, but we're watching Ack the King from 2013. This is 2 years prior to that.
I remember hearing the name, but I didn't know what context I heard it in.
He had a history.
But someone else whose name is Mitchie D, and I'm actually should probably get his full name on here because I actually want to call him out.
You get his full government name.
Yeah, hang on.
Twitter. Now this guy.
Here's his address: 342.
About another 10 minutes. This guy is an independent writer for gaming magazine.
Pretty hype,
he's written
dude.
For PlayStation Magazine, he's written for Xbox Magazine, he's written for PC Magazine, he's written for a whole bunch.
He's like Jake James Lugo, if people like Jake James Lugo.
Yeah, it's what Jake James Lugo wants to be. Where are we, by the way? Hello? Where are we?
Mitch Dyer is his full name.
Okay, thank God we have that.
So his name is @MitchieD, and he starts criticizing me. Oh, who do you think you are? You think you know better than us how to review games? Wow, you know, like who am I? To which I said, yeah, I do know better than you. A review is not just your personal opinion at the time of what a game is. You have to combine facts about the game, facts about the quality of other games that have been out during the time, scale your review.
And DSP's so good at that, separating his own opinion.
Yeah, he had this. DSP's take is like you should check what other people say, and that should also factor into your review. When people like reviewers, they want to hear their opinion, not what the rest of the gaming world is saying. You know what I'm saying? But Philip thinks you need to take in all the thoughts of everyone and make a you know, a list of all of them together, keep that in your mind, and then make your review based on that. That's what he wanted people to do, but all right.
You don't just fucking spur of the moment, come in a bad mood, and give a game a bad score or a better score than it deserves, and not also know what's out there so you can scale it properly and say what's better than another game. And of course, he completely disagreed. Oh no, it's all about opinion. And then a whole bunch of PlayStation Magazine fanboys came out of the woodwork and started chiming into, oh, who is this guy? He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an asshole on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So
well, those are true
I said
statements.
to Mitchie D, I said, listen, if you want to talk about this, we got to do it off Twitter because I can't have a conversation with you. I said to Mitchie, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an asshole on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So finally I said to Mitchie D, I said, listen, if you want to talk about this, we got to do it off Twitter because I can't have a conversation with you saying one sentence at a time because Twitter has too small of a character limit.
Why would he really want to talk to you, though?
Messenger, which I still use, and we talked for roughly 2 minutes, and I said, all right, so let's talk. And he goes, oh, well, I can't talk now. I have to get food, and then I have to watch movies. This is literally what he said to me.
He's a reviewer, so that would be part of his job description, sir. But, you know, good thing about IMs is you can do it any fucking time you want.
And I said, okay, I thought the whole point of opening this conversation was that we could talk about this. No, I'm busy now. Write me an email. And I said, I'm not writing you an email. I was given this whole opinion about how reviews should be and how the mainstream media doesn't
ESP didn't want to write the email, but it was wrong when Keemstar did. All right, I'm following.
Watch it, or we can talk. He said, well, I'm not watching the video.
Yeah, I'm not watching your dumbass video. I agree with that statement. Mitch, please watch my entire video first, okay?
Talk about this tomorrow then.
Yeah.
And then I said, well...
It's just like before he did the interview when he sent, you know, the entire down the rabbit hole. He's like, here, watch this. Like, I'm not watching your dumbass fucking 4-hour video or whatever. What are you talking about?
So they do have some history on Twitter here. Let me show you guys. Not that one here, this one. So Mitch Dyer, who's still on Twitter, let's get a quick check on Mitch Dyer, how he's doing. How many thousands of subscribers does he have? 53,000 subscribers, lead writer on That's New Moon. Whatever, he's still doing stuff in the gaming, clearly. He said, I once worked for a smaller site that specifically told me to boost scores so publishers would send us more games. And then Philip responds with, Mitch is unprofessional and lets his fanboyism and emotions dominate his reviews. Worst kind of reviewer, and he's at IGN. Okay, so Philip is still coping here.
Call out.
This was 1 year after this video we're watching was recorded. So, at least as long as DSP doesn't hold a grudge, right?
Independently employed, I make videos for
Forgive
YouTube
and forget.
full time, and so I'm pretty much free whenever you want to talk. To which he goes, oh, Jeer, wow, you're really humble, huh? Do you brag much? And I said, what? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you this because I'm telling you I'm free to talk whenever you want to about this subject. I'm interested in this subject.
Yeah.
I think there should be a dialogue about it.
So he said, send me an email. That should be fine then, sir.
And he just got all offended.
His business email.
How did he get offended?
That I work full-time on YouTube. Like,
okay, right. None of this is true.
Much? That's what I should have said. Jealous much? But anyway.
Jealous much? Uh-huh. Yeah.
He says he can't talk, but he'll
Just a little flexing.
the next day. Not more than 5 minutes later, he's back on Twitter, and he's attacking me. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Ha, 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 ha.
All right, I kind of got to find that now, don't I?
Shouldn't be fully opinion. What an asshole.
Yeah, he says it exists.
And I'm like, this guy I was just talking to him, and he said he couldn't talk anymore. Now he's back on Twitter trying to shit on me. So basically what he tried to do was get me to not be on the internet anymore, thinking the dialogue was closed, so that he could go...
No, sir, that's not at all what he was trying to do. How would he think the dialogue was closed? What?
Go behind my back and make me look like
I'm
an
not
asshole
sure.
What the fuck?
This is the quality.
You literally told him that you're open and free at any
Okay.
time. Why would he think you're off the internet just because you weren't actively talking with him then? You would. Okay.
What the fuck? He's trying to make sure
I don't know what this logic is.
What?
Look like an asshole on Twitter. Yeah, he's back on Twitter trying to shit on me. So basically what he tried to do was get me to not be on the internet anymore, thinking the dialogue was closed, so that he could go behind my back and make me look like an asshole on Twitter. This is the quality of Mitch Dyer as a person, okay? So anyway, after all that happened, I went back and forth with him a while. Now he gets the girl who wrote the review for Duke Nukem Forever involved, okay? Now keep in mind, he admitted to me he hasn't read this magazine. He doesn't know any of the stuff in it. He doesn't know
this magazine?
What?
He hasn't read the reviews. He hasn't read the magazine, but he's going apeshit defensive over it. So that just goes to show who he is. He's a fanboy. Okay.
I have no clue what he's talking about.
What's he defending? The game? The writer?
They call me DSP is trying to shit on you, and he's
oh,
trying
they
to
call
do
me
all this and
DSP.
that. To which I responded, completely wrong. I never said any of that. What I said was, I think you were set up to fail, and it's unfair. And I actually challenged the credibility of your editor-in-chief because I think the reviews in your...
All right, I have some Twitter stuff here. What the fuck is going on?
Yes, please.
All right, so they have a deep history on Twitter, as you can see as I scroll through.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so this deleted post. It's not from DSP though, but that means DSP deleted it in most cases, by the way, because I'm not blocked by DSP on this account. So DSP deleted this tweet. Mitch responds with, "Scared? You ripped to pieces based on incorrect, as in factually wrong assumptions. It's not fright, it's knowledge." So Philip deleted that one. Let's see what else we have here. Another one Philip deleted. It says, we all secretly love Gary. Some of us deep down, some of us all over. I don't know what that's talking about.
All right.
DSP deleted another tweet, and it says, you make contradictory claims constantly while espousing a philosophy that's outright false in the face of what criticism is. DSP deleted that one as well.
Oh.
It's fine if you don't know the intricate details. Just don't go on a maniacal rampage and spout lies. Again, we can't see what he's talking about.
I can only imagine this guy's in the right.
I know. No matter what,
everything
you know he's saying
out.
the right thing. I get the hate shtick. That he's talking about the king of hate in that case.
Yep.
But hate on things that are actually bad, not problems you've invented. This guy's winning, but we can only see one side. So, given how much you've insulted everyone involved with that magazine, I think you're fair game. Don't dish it out if, etc., etc. Yes, you're right on that as well. Yikes, retweet at They Call Me DSP. A game review should have an unbiased rating of a game in scale with other games at the time, not rocket science. And that's the part I 100% agree with. Who gives a shit what all the people or other people are saying? You want to see what the reviewer thinks. They shouldn't be worried about what other people are saying.
That checks out to me. That's how reviews work.
You aren't allotted a number that X scores must fit. Games exist on their own merits. Full stop. Agree. This is a big day of Twitter here. Yikes. Yeah. When grading a game on a 10 scale, then the games must be compared to one another, or else it's just your opinion. That was a yikes retweet. So there we go. If you want objectivity, read the instruction manual. I like that. Freelancers, interns, editors were all retarded. Got it, dude. So Philip called all them retarded. Now I see why the first post is deleted, because Philip probably called people that word and decided best to delete that in retrospect, as he's done many times.
Crazy. Who would have thought? You probably shouldn't just be calling people that like that. All right.
Explain a review to me then. Since I'm beneath that level of intelligence, what am I missing? Let's go back. Thanks. I'd like to know where that place ends up. It looks like we're done for this day. Oh, DSP says opinions are wrong. Your response to DSP says opinions are wrong. Then DSP. Serious side note about They Call Me DSP's video. Degrading someone's opinion because of age, sex, and hierarchical position is absurd. Hierarchical. We'll get that in the replay.
Yes, sir.
Spurts are manageable. It's discrimination, flat out and fully. Duke Nukem doesn't make that cool. I don't know what you're talking about there.
I never played that game.
We are still fighting with DSP.
This is an all-day event for this guy.
Really, DSP, I'm a freelancer just like Mitchie D. I'll be glad to talk to you. Shit, I'll record something, whatever you want. This is someone else called Taylor. And he says, I was happy to talk too, but was referred to video and promptly called a piece of shit. Conversation. That's what we're watching right here, by the way, is this, Let's talk. And then Philip made that video, I think, in response. An apology? This really is a closed conversation. I can't say anything here. Forget it. And that was what they're talking about here. Great games get great scores. We should move on here, but it's just interesting. They did have a little bit of a beef here. I
didn't realize it was this bad.
I know.
These are two grown men.
Nothing is less important to me than whether or not my review affects sales. I'm there for readers, not PR. Philip responds, rating a game 3 out of 10 without understanding what it's trying to do is amateurish. It does appeal to certain audiences. You're ignorant. Didn't appeal to me. Oh well. And that's exactly what he should say. Philip then responds, as a professional reviewer, it's your job to find out what a game will appeal to. It's not just your opinion. You're irresponsible muppet. Philip responds with, by the way, anyone that thinks the pre-stream is going to be wild because of what happened today, you are incorrect. He will not mention it. He already shouted out. People in his chat were already talking about in the first stream about it. He will not make a comment. For some reason, he thinks he's not going to comment on this, I think. But anyways.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me. That's I hope that's the case.
I know. Don't expect a hype pre-stream, though. I doubt he mentions it. He talks about it, though. He'll say something about it in his dented way, like, I know some things happen around the world. Just don't want to remind everyone we're not here to talk about that. That's what he's going to say.
It's a place to relax and chill.
Yeah. Tapping out this conversation if big boys are calling people names this early in the discussion. Yeah, he did say you irresponsible muppet, and I agree. If you call someone names in our conversation, that means you're not interested in real conversation. Philip responds with, guess you don't remember how you attacked me behind my back on Twitter last year before you worked for IGN. Run now. Keep your jobs. And now I never have to worry about it again. That's if Nintendo has anything to say about it. Oh, Kevin Stiles defending DSP 12 years ago. Oh, man. Amazing what you'll find. So, Mitchie D checked out. Let's see. 2014. Hell yeah. Okay. Murdered SS Game Dev has gone out of business. Blames to be placed solely on the shoulders of IGN for their irresponsible review. So, still, Mario Faker in the house says the reviewer in question is Lucy O'Brien. That kind of argument is insane and manipulative of a sad situation. All right, was in a bad situation, but sales of Murder SS could have helped. Your biased reviews crushed that hope. Others felt the same. It's our responsibility to be honest in reviews, and it is. Doesn't DSP see how dented what he's saying is? So you're saying you should not review a game if it's going to mean lesser sales?
That's, I guess. I don't know what his end goal is here, really. He's saying that you should give them higher scores because they might appeal to somebody that's not you. Then they can give it a goddamn score. What are you talking about?
I know. Others bandwagon your negativity in the reviews after yours came out first. It's happening more often now, and it's sad. Ours did not come out first. Ours came out when the embargo lifted along with everyone else's. Majority of people who played the game enjoyed it. Majority who crap on the game just read your review. See the issue? Listen, it's 5:34 a.m. in the a.m. here. When I wake up again at 7, I'm going to find like 40 tweets from you. Mitch Dwyer, coming back from the dead 2 years later, says, block, Lucy. Trust me, I've done this same dance before, and you're better off without. DSP did not respond to that one. That was the last interaction, I believe, of them. So, okay, let's move on. You get the point. DSP is jealous of Mitch Dwyer. Makes sense to me. Anyways, let's move on positively here. We got to get through one at least. We're only on part fucking 1. And big ups to Pasta Maker. Today is what DSP was waiting for. DSP politics soon. Nah, he's not. I really don't think he's going to talk about it. I'm ready to be wrong. I don't think he's going to talk about it, guys. We'll see. I guess we'll do the poll. Will he?
I want you to be right so bad.
Okay, how about this? Here's the poll. Will he share an opinion about it? I'm not saying sharing the news. I mean, he has to share an opinion about it. Okay? Will Philip share an opinion about it?
Does nobody should be doing that and it's completely unacceptable count as an opinion?
I guess that counts. That does count. So I'm saying what I'm trying to avoid is when he says, I know something happened today. I don't want to hear about it all night, though. Like, that doesn't count. He has to say more than that.
Okay, that doesn't count.
Even what you said, though, counts, though. So if he says something like, that's wrong, it shouldn't have happened, then that does count, and that means yes would win, okay? Just to be clear. Okay, here we go.
Every game.
Only 10 minutes left in this one. We got to finish this.
Like that. If you want to play the full game, you got to dump hundreds of dollars into it. That's a slippery slope, and that's what we want to avoid. Okay.
Yes.
So
Oh my God! If he brings up himself at all, that will be a legendary moment.
It about him.
Yeah, similar to me. I've also had attempted murder with this You Don't Place. Yeah.
Games that will work with that business.
And that's what these trolls do. They talk in their echo chambers, and then they think that shit is real life, and they have to do something about it. Yeah, dude.
They think it's fine. Petchy says he's like me. Fur. I was shot to pieces on the internet. Yeah. Think about all the shit I've been through.
Careful that not every game lapses into that business model, or else it can completely change the way gaming works, and it could become a very, very expensive kind of a model that we don't want to jump into. Okay.
You want to jump into that model though? That's the thing.
All right, I'm going to do one more question, and then we're going to take a short break, and I'll do part 2. Okay.
Okay, so, part 2.
The final question of part 1 is, Phil, the Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 situation. I want to talk about it.
What's that?
Keep in mind that I don't know much about
This is how you don't play is what he's talking about, by the way. That's the Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 situation.
About the other people who were involved who made the montage videos of you playing these games and all the hate that you got about it. All right?
Evil AJ, yep,
But when I heard about this whole situation, I expected you to do what you usually do and just simply brush it off and not talk about the situation at all. Now, he's actually right. Most of the time when there's negativity that's kind of centered around me, I ignore it.
I talk about it for 20 minutes or so.
Say, whatever, haters are going to hate no matter what.
I ignore it by bringing it up all of the time and telling you I'm ignoring it.
Yep.
He actually says, I personally think that if you ignored these attacks that were going on you, then you would end up being the bigger man. That is a true statement. After all, people will always find ways to hate and spread negativity. So here's my question.
This is true.
What happened in this particular situation with these Metal Gear Solid montage videos?
Burger King. I like this question. I do like this question.
You actually responded to them. Was it the pileup of negativity that came with the whole situation? Was it the fact that there was just negativity surrounding you in general? What was it? Why did I address that situation?
Interesting. This is an interesting question, actually.
This is interesting. Very.
The pasta maker says he deserved it. If he had paid his Sikorsky bill, I'd still have a job. Definitely. The pasta maker. Okay, what's your guess on this? Why did he decide to respond to this? How you don't play this case when he usually doesn't respond to negativity, Atlas?
I think he's gonna say something like it's just like very overwhelming, and a lot of people were bringing it up, and he wanted to like. I'm not quite sure where he would take that, but that's what I've got so far.
I think he's gonna say because when something could kill the business, I have to bring it up. I think like that. When something's can really affect my business, I have to bring it up. It's not optional. That's what I'm guessing.
That question's from Jay Mells. Okay. It's a good question because it's true. Usually I don't. I just ignore the situation. I don't need to bring attention
you already said
that kind of stuff. But in this particular situation, I did address it. The reason in this situation that I addressed it is because unlike the other people who are like, okay, Phil's a cult leader and he's trying to brainwash children. I mean, that stuff's absolutely preposterous, okay? And anyone who's an outsider who sees that, they laugh. They say, that's a joke. That's like so fucking stupid. Who cares? You know what I mean? But in this situation, when you have someone...
I think DSP cult leader was just ahead of his time.
Half-hour montage video of saying that I suck at games, okay? And that my Metal Gear Solid 2 playthrough, I guess, is kind of representative of who I am as a gamer. But really, it's not. It was a situation of a game that I never played before, and I wasn't understanding it because the tutorials and things I was missing. I wasn't answering the codec calls. I didn't know what was going on with the game.
So you didn't know how to play it at all,
is what it is. And really what was happening was you had hundreds of people who had no idea who I was. Okay?
Yes, millions.
People who were maybe relative newcomers. Maybe they're people who just started watching videos on the internet, and they're watching Tobuscus and PewDiePie and other stuff.
Oh, those guys are cool.
Who Dark Side Phil is, because let's face it, I'm small potatoes compared to most of the people who are the big gamers on YouTube. And so they know nothing about me, and then they watch this video, and all the video is doing is basically showing me in a negative light. It's showing the worst parts of the playthrough, showing the parts where I blatantly fail.
That's most of it, though.
Basically pushing that forward as this is what this gamer is. This is how bad he is at everything. Now, let's face it. People see me play games. They know that I'm not that bad at every game that I play. I'm not the best gamer, but I'm also not terrible at every single game. There are games that I actually do well at. Fighting games I do exceptionally well at because I have a background.
It's crazy that there's this is how you don't play for just about every game.
Every single game,
so, you know, that kind of a video not only was it malicious in intent,
yes,
but it's misrepresentative of who I am as a gamer.
No.
And it was misrepresenting myself.
It's representing perfectly.
Hundreds and thousands of people on the internet.
Hundreds and thousands.
Who knew nothing about me and watched the video and they're like, wow,
that's pretty
this
cool.
guy's terrible. And I was actually getting attacked. I still get attacked, daily on Twitter by people. Wow, just saw that montage video.
You get attacked on Twitter.
It's sentences
so it
on Twitter.
Then.
Yep, words on Twitter.
Die and never make another video again because you suck. And I'm like, people are so fucking stupid and ignorant that they watch something like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love watching
wow,
those.
The person who made this video made a 2.5-hour montage of something that obviously they didn't like.
Yes, I love
Instead
that.
of ignoring it, they watched the whole playthrough that this guy made and made a 2.5-hour montage.
Yes, that's the best
part.
part.
I said this last month, I'll say it again. If
yeah,
you don't
please.
like something,
watching is incredibly robust.
Shore, if you don't like Kim Kardashian, do you just ignore that? Or do you make a 2.5-hour hate montage of it? You know
2.5 hour hate montage.
Are sick in the fucking
head. It's incredibly cool.
And I stand by that statement. That guy who made that video is sick. He's mentally ill. He needs to have his head fucking inspected because I have more positive, better things to do with my time than to make a 2.5-hour hate video. Okay.
When he says positive, he means like for his bank account.
Yeah.
Because he did that, people were watching it, and again, instead of saying, "Wow, that guy is mentally ill," they're watching it and saying, "Wow, the gamer who's in this video is bad. I'm just gonna go make fun of him, and we're gonna start this movement now, the anti-Darkside Phil movement. That Darkside Phil sucks, and no one should watch his content."
Yes,
and that's what's been happening.
That's my favorite movement.
So.
That was my favorite movement.
It's one thing if it's just something blatantly silly because someone is butthurt about something that happened to them, and then they go off and they say, I'm a cult leader, and they say preposterous stuff. That stuff, okay, it's so ridiculous. Who the fuck would believe it? But this guy actually made a video that misrepresents who I am, by the way, without my permission, because legally he stole the footage, which you can't do. It's illegal. Once you upload a video to YouTube, it's actually copyright protected. Unless it's being used for, something under fair use, which this was not. This video was malicious in nature.
More than fair use, buddy.
More than fair use. Defamation.
Oh, defamation, yeah.
And because he did this...
He just showed your...
say anything.
I know. Zero commentary was added. He was just playing your clip. So, like, you could argue that I mean, it isn't, but you could say, like, he didn't add anything to it, so you can't say it's, like, commentary, right? But it kind of is because he's putting together certain clips, a combination of clips that add the commentary that you're trying to share, but, it's a gray area.
Yeah.
But in this case, there was no opinion added. No opinion was being added, It wasn't malicious. It was showing your clips, sir.
Now you have all these new people who don't know who I am who are basically attacking me. So, it comes to a point where you have to address certain things. And in this situation, I feel that I did it appropriately.
Did you?
I actually feel bad for the guy who made the video because I think he's mentally ill.
Oh, great.
And this has to be said.
Oh, please.
This month, I attended actually now it was last month, I attended SGC, Screwtack Gaming Convention.
Yeah.
Okay? I had a table there.
Yeah.
I had a panel there. Okay? I had a public presence there. I was in the Iron Man of Gaming and made top 8. So there you go.
He got 8th place, by the way.
Congratulations.
Phil's such a horrible gamer. He should die and never make videos. Yet in a competition, I made top 8. Half the games I never even played. Like NBA Jam, I played like twice, and I got 3rd place in the tournament.
Okay.
So
whoa.
I think this proves that I'm not horrible.
Big gaming
game
credentials on deck, boys. Watch out.
So I was there at SGC. There were plenty of people there, including
have
the
your
guy
gamer
who made
card
that
out.
hate-filled montage.
Oh,
he's checking him at the door.
Is that true, Evil AJ? You were at SGC?
Plenty of people there, including the guy who made that hate-filled montage, was apparently there. Did he say a fucking word to me in person? Of course not. Because the bottom line is the people who do this kind of stuff are pussies. That's the bottom line. They only do it because they can hide behind a computer. They wouldn't do it in real life. Because in real life, if you go in someone's face like that, you're probably going to get knocked the fuck out. And, if you did it to my face...
But he didn't say anything. Like, why would he cause a scene in public and literally fight you because you suck at video games? That doesn't make any sense.
He thinks
it has nothing to do with being a coward.
He thinks this is like making this how you don't play means like he wants to fight Philip. When that's like not... If you make a commentary on someone, doesn't mean you want to fight him. It means you're calling out their behavior.
Last time he talked about it, he was acting as though he made the entire "This is how you don't play" while seething.
Yeah,
which is an incredible process because it's not exactly a short one.
Okay, I'm asking Evil AJ right now as we speak. Let's see if we can find an answer. I'll see if we get an answer tonight. Here we go. We'll find out the news. Evil
hide
AJ.
behind a computer. They wouldn't do it in real life. Because in real life, if you go in
How are they supposed to do this? How you don't play in real life? Show you all the clips in a row, right? Real quick.
Face like that, you're probably going to get knocked the fuck out.
This is how you don't live segment? That'd be pretty cool.
And, you know, if you did it to my face, I probably would
Followed
have made fun of him and
around
said,
for a
you're
day.
such a disgusting disgrace for a human being that you would do a 2.5-hour video. You need to go get yourself checked into a fucking clinic.
Yeah,
because
you
you're
definitely say that in real
mentally
life.
fucking
Yeah.
ill. Like, but of course he wouldn't do that because he's a pussy.
Okay.
And that's what all these haters
Why
are.
didn't you find him then? If you're so offended by it, why don't you find him? If you know he was there, big tough guy. Why don't you find him and beat his ass? Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, so just a poll is there, Lau. Here we go. So will you be discussing the Trump news? Because I got jokes. Probably not right, the Okie Dokie, which is a legitimate fan, I believe. Or is that a LARPer? I'm not sure. Philip says, I don't think the situation is really appropriate for any jokes. So just take that for what it's worth. The poll is not over or started yet. It has to come from his mouth. It can't happen in chat. So just keep that in mind. That is what I'm just giving you the information.
Okay, now you're changing the rules.
No, I'm just giving you the information. That's no opinion. He hasn't shared any opinion yet. He's just saying he's said in his chat, I don't think the situation is really appropriate for any jokes. So there we go.
But yeah. I'm not saying there's a decision made, but I didn't know that he couldn't say it in chat before.
I think he's trying to tell you that I'm not going to talk about it, guys. So just keep that in mind. My guess is a hard no, but you guys do what you do. You.
Cowards. They hide behind the internet. They hide behind their computer. This internet era is a new thing, and so you've got a whole new group of bullies who have all of a sudden emerged from the cracks of society because they can now do it anonymously. All right, and that's why they do it. Do you think these people would be...
All right, hold on. So Angel of Fidelity said, I wouldn't give any attention to it. It's propaganda, in my opinion. DSP Gaming says, your opinion doesn't matter. Someone died in the crowd, and there's footage of the shooter being taken down by police. So please take your agenda shit out of the stream. Just sharing what's happening. Is that how people could turn this shit into conspiracy moments after is just insane? How selfish can you really be? Well, I mean... Everything can be turned into...
I feel like this is going into opinion territory here. Like we're talking about it in the chat.
It has to be on the stream. That does not count.
This is bullshit rigged. No, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm not playing this game no more. ALT is a goddamn cheater, folks.
The stream has not started, guys. Guys, his stream is not even live. How can we be talking about this? Let me refresh. His stream is not live, guys. Oh, it's live, but it's still music. We always take this as, guys, we always take this as when he starts streaming. So, no. Oh, Zombie Apocalypse. We think he's real. He's live, but he has not come. Oh, next song just started.
Oh, yeah.
That's not an L. He has not started yet. He has not started his talking yet.
I just feel like you didn't say that before we voted.
I thought it was clear. It only talks about when he speaks audibly. It's not in chat.
Doing it, if they had to do it in person, absolutely not. If you could do it on Twitter and you could do it on Facebook and you could do it on YouTube, but never have to actually confront the person, that's why they do it, okay? So that's why would you ever see me doing a hate-filled montage of someone? I would never do it because I have so
you don't
much
have the
positivity
talent
going on
or the
with my
skill
own content
do that.
I'm focused on my own stuff. Why would I focus on the negatives of others? That is a sick mentality. That's when you have such a lack of talent and a lack of intelligence that you have nothing positive of your own to put out. You have to make fun of others. So that's what the situation is with all these people in this, he sucks at Metal Gear and all this bullshit, okay? So... just ignore it.
I mean, you did, though.
Don't believe it. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who saw that and then went to my channel and said, he's not like that in all his videos. Like, what the fuck was the purpose of this montage? It's completely misrepresentative of who he is. The problem is not everyone's like that. A lot of people just take things at face value for the benefit of... They give them the benefit of the doubt, and now a lot of people are kind of in this hate group against me. So that's why I addressed it, because there was this public misrepresentation of myself going on, and I needed to address it to clear the air.
It was just his clips.
Again,
How is it misrepresentation?
That these people that supposedly hate me so much had an opportunity to confront me and completely ignored me, and in fact, me getting top 8 at the Iron Man of Gaming completely disproving the shit that they were saying in their stupid fucking videos.
Yeah.
Obviously, the highest caliber players were at the Iron Man gaming
with random games. Yeah. I mean, you could practice for a few of the games, but there's also was a brand new game, Duck Hunt. There, you couldn't practice it. I guess it means he doesn't totally suck, but I mean, come on, man.
Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna take a quick break on the stream. If you're watching this on the stream, we're just going to take like a 3 or 4 minute commercial break. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to end this part, and we're going to start a part 2 where I'm going to have many, many more questions to answer, okay?
Okay.
So thanks for watching.
Okay. Oh, shit!
I've seen this.
Oh, fuck. Okay, all right. Well, big news updated. Never mind. Yes wins. Anyway, game is off. We're just going to talk, because I don't think I can Stardew chill with this going on.
Oh my God! No.
I was hoping for an early night, but there goes that. Doesn't it?
Too, boss. I was too. Oh,
you can leave. You can leave at any time, but yeah, we're in for the long haul now, aren't we? Fuck!
Damn it!
Son of a bitch! Son of a fucking bitch!
All right, well. Atlas wins again.
Yeah, well, he hasn't said an opinion yet in audio, so I will keep the poll up.
I don't know. That's desperation, but okay. Keep the dream alive.
Why, Phil? Let's not let it dominate us. No, I was excited for this stream, but I get it. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Please play Stardew.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Why would Philip do this? He's going to get way less money, I imagine. Weird. You were right, the pasta maker. I was wrong. I definitely would take the L. I thought he'd just go for the path of most money, which is playing Stardew.
I did as well. I guess maybe they'll wail out if he feigns distress over something that he doesn't really care about.
Like caring about what's going on, but he doesn't. Oh my God. All right.
He cares so little he's still playing music despite being here.
Whale backed out. That could be too. The person said, like, listen, I can't whale out tonight, so I know you're playing Stardew, but I can't whale out. And Philip's like, all right, I'll just do Q&A then. Fuck it. I hate that game. I hate this shit.
Top handhold wasn't going to be there.
Did he say anything about it on Twitter? Let's see. Oh shit, wrong button. There we go. So did he say anything on Twitter? So in light of the current events, chilling in Stardew Valley doesn't seem very appropriate. Actually, it does. I mean, you could just do it. Yeah. You could talk about it while playing a very chill game. That's normally what people do on stream, but all right. Given the situation, perhaps we should just do an impromptu chill stream? I think so, because people are going to want to talk about this.
Just a little beyond the breaking point.
Lord.
You know what's the cool thing to do is to play a game like Stardew while doing it? But all right. Big ups to Mr. Radkin, who says, DSP Politics, let's go. I don't think we're going to get that, though. I don't think we're going to get that. Are we? Like, he's not going to be opening up news, like Twitter and reading the news, you know? He's not going to do that.
No, he's not doing all that.
What is he going to do?
And that's exactly why I don't want to hear this. Because, like, what is he going to say? He doesn't have anything. He's going to be fed information from the chat because he didn't look into it himself.
Yeah,
and he's going to try and piece this shit together and tell people they are wrong.
Yeah, like, oh, hold on, we got fucking Keemstar in here. Keem, tell us what you hear about on Twitter. What's going on? We're not going to get anything like that. It's going to be Jade saying stuff and Philip responding to that. What's that? You know?
Jade's going to be confused.
Yeah,
he's going to
no
be like, Came Stardew, now Trump? Question mark?
Chill games are good to have mixed in. I do it myself, taking after Phil a bit. Oh, thanks, Eternal Napalm. So why don't we start right now? You have nothing else to get ready then, don't you, sir? Just push the camera on. Oh my God.
Is he spawning and dying?
Okay, now the new poll, because obviously he's going to talk about opinion. I'm ending this poll. Fuck it. No, I kind of want to wait. I'll wait. But once that poll is done, I have the next poll already ready, loaded up in my mind. Will he compare it to himself in some way? That's the next poll. Just getting you ready. And in any way possible. Philip hasn't said anything since that message before. Game is off. We're just going to talk because I don't think I can do Stardew Chill. What's going on?
I could totally see him turning it into him. Like I said, these people get into these hate groups and they just take it to the extreme. It's a part of our culture. They did the same thing to me. It's in there, folks. You just gotta believe.
Definitely count if he says that shit. So just get ready for it. All right, Phil, come on. Anything else going on? Let's check out the community post. Let's check out his community post, right? He did do one of those, didn't he? We're at 3509 of this one for next week. I'm not going back to that shit.
Jimmy's writing that down.
Please write that down. Then we'll go to dspgaming. And we'll see this. And let's check out his let's check out his where did he say give me advice? Didn't he say that? Where's the community post about that? He posts so fucking much.
About give me advice? I don't know. I don't look at his community
new suggestion.
post.
Here we go. New suggestion thread. Here we go. Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
The new suggestion thread. Hell yeah. All right. So, OP Boone says, when Phil responds to suggestions in this thread, I'll try to respond to that comment with a link to Phil's response. Oh, thank you, OP Boone. Thank you so much.
Wow, OP Boone's really putting in work, huh?
Let's do sort by top comments. That means the most people are getting the likes. Big fan from 2011. Please shorten the podcast. I agree with that one. I'll thumbs up that one.
That's
Joe
gonna
Rand
get
says,
banned.
my suggestion is that you start taking 5-minute power naps between video recordings because during the night streams you sometimes look and sound tired. You sometimes yawn, even doze off during less eventful moments. So a 5-minute power nap might benefit you. I'll thumbs up that one. Okay, Stalking Tiger says, please reduce the podcast down to 30 minutes or 60 minutes, tops. Playing a video game is much more riveting content. Reduce React Sundays to once a month. Again, video game playing is much more interesting to watch or having the background listen to while doing tasks like lawn mowing or driving a truck. I'll thumbs up that one as well. That has the most thumbs up, by the way, of any of them.
Crazy. Who would have thought people want the pre-stream shortened?
You can improve your content by not insulting the people you ban and simply continuing the game or the topic of discussion. You would get more done, and you would probably come across as less bothered. People mess with you because they know you'll go on and on about how trolls are idiots. Sure, it might be true, but that's what they want to laugh at. A recent example is what happened with the state conversation. Your reaction to the trolls is what keeps them going. I'll thumbs that one down. That's wrong.
Yeah. The trolls don't work like that.
Yeah, we don't do that. Come
insider.
on, get out of here. That's thumbs down. Dumb fuck. Next. Hey, Phil, just want to drop by my suggestions in the suggestion box. Critique 1 is reduce the amount of games you do, period. 1 per genre and do around 2 games at a time. Have the audience vote. If votes are super close, then have a tiebreaker. Okay, that's not a thumbs up or thumbs down for me. It's kind of boring.
No, kind of boring. Could you imagine if this guy... Well, he already only plays like 3 games anyway.
Not gonna lie. What was your name, Wilson? Was it Wilson? If you have your real name on there. What was your name on there? I'll read it for sure. Not gonna lie.
To make it through the filter.
It feels like... like you threw Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a major Game of the Year contender, out of the window extremely fast because of the JRPG rush. As someone who doesn't own a PS5, I was looking forward to that playthrough, so I hope you open the schedule for it in the upcoming months before the big fall season of new games. Thumbs up that one. I agree. I want that.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, Wilson Barbosa. I'll search for you here. Where are you, Wilson? Oh, you're deleted. You got deleted, Wilson.
And
I did Control F, and you are not there. Wilson Bar. Nope, you're out. Banned.
Not surprised.
Get that ass banned, Wilson. Get that shit out of here. My suggestions. Put up a suggestion box the first of every month instead of every 4 or 6 months if you're continuing to the suggestion box. That way they won't get outdated. I agree. What else? I have 2 suggestions.
Continue Sea of Stars, please. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Flight.
Thumbs up that one.
Yes.
I suggest a what you had for dinner segment at the beginning of every night stream. I love all of your content. I just really like your food segments. DP tries it. I still watch to this day. Oh, thumbs up that one. Anyways, next, consider adding a command like a mini PC to the Nightbot that gives general info in the mini PC, since some people ask about it and its specs. What the fuck, OP Boone? No one cares about that. Some people ask about
every
its
time
specs.
he uses the thing, they ask. They're like, oh, what graphics? Because he asks when he talks about playing games on it, he's always like, oh, make sure it runs on my specs. And then people ask, and he goes, well, you'll just have to go back to the video where I told you and I read it off the box back, last year. I had the exact same thought when that happened last time. I was like, why doesn't he just make a command? This is insane.
Okay, well then you're on OP Boone's wavelength.
Don't say it like that.
Hey, you and OP Boone are brothers. My suggestion is to respond to your feedback you disagree with more kindly. Doing it in a rude way will cause a lot of people to not want to leave feedback at all. It's also worth mentioning when the feedback was posted. All right, that's reasonable. Have you experienced putting up a slide during breaks of the podcast showing ways to support instead of you always saying it? It wouldn't necessarily do the same thing, but it would be less intrusive and save you breath sometimes. Thanks, Phil.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, here we go.
A good idea.
What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome
All
to
right.
A stream that I certainly was not planning on doing tonight.
Yes, you were planning on doing a stream,
to
but
give you some
now you're just going to
perspective on
talk
this,
instead.
I got my PC booted up right now. I'm staring at it on my TV. I was fully ready
wasn't the
tonight
stream
to play
I thought we were
Stardew Valley.
doing.
Nope.
And then with
anytime
all the
you want to
stuff
leave,
going on
Atlas, go ahead.
Right now in real
I'll stay
life
to the end though now. We got
I
this.
was
Is
like, how on earth
iconic
am I
now.
going
It could
to
be.
do a chill stream of Stardew Valley, trying to talk with you guys and concentrate. The thing about Stardew Valley is, even though it is a chill game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you could
it
talk
takes
while
a lot
playing
of
it.
attention.
Does it?
There's so much going on. You're micromanaging a million things at once. There is no way I'm going to be able to do that and actually talk with you guys about everything going on right now and concentrate and do any.
You don't have to talk about that though.
A good job.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So what I decided is, instead of doing that, we're just going to do a late night chill stream tonight. Where we're just going to hang out.
Is he going to beg though?
I'm going to talk about whatever. Although I think I know exactly what we're going to be talking about for a lot of it, right?
I don't think so. I don't think your chat gives a shit, to be honest. Most of them don't.
Let me go ahead. You know what? I'm just going to turn the PC off. There's no point in having
turn it
this
off.
On right now.
Turn the camera
I might as well
off,
just
too.
turn it off, and then we'll just hang out.
Then after the camera gets turned off, we could turn the mic off. Imagine that. That'd be a peaceful stream. That would be the ultimate chill stream. If we just turn the mic and camera off.
Oh god. There we go.
Good lord.
Turning off the derp. Turning off the PC will keep your room cooler. Good call. All right, by the way, LARPers, what's our assignment today? I don't even know. What should we do? How should we make it fun? Really talk about food even in this situation? Or should we talk about ghosts?
Yo, first thing he comes back, people should ask him what he ate for dinner. Like, that's the
dinner.
most pressing matter.
Dinner. Dude, I bet he does the hated one.
Yeah, so we'll do that Monday night. We'll do Stardew Valley Monday night.
Oh, great.
Which was going to be
I won't
Riven,
be
and then
there.
Riven will just be bumped to Tuesday. It's fine. It's just our late night chill streams.
I won't be there.
So we're in no rush. You
No
know what I
rush,
mean? It's
dude.
not like, oh, we're in a big narrative playthrough and now we're set back.
Oh, yeah,
or
that's
anything
it.
like that. It's really not that
The
big of a
once
deal.
and future king,
right?
Lemtech says, bring up the ear infection in relation to Trump's bloody ear. Say, did you ever have a bloody ear when you had an ear infection? That's a legitimate question.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
How's everyone tonight? I mean, it's a crazy question because I guess many of you probably are feeling weird like I am about everything going on
I'm
right
not
now,
feeling weird at
right?
all. Is that strange? I'm not.
I'm not either, ALT.
I don't
I'm
know,
right there with you.
I
heard it
understand
earlier
that.
before I came on stream, and I was like, all right, cool.
I'm not feeling weird. I don't know. I'd really... Okay.
Right? It's crazy. I know.
It's
All right,
crazy.
you know what? You just want to get started?
Does he think this is
We
like
might as well just
9/11
get
or
started,
something?
right?
Like that big of a moment?
Okay, here we go.
It's a big moment, but it's not a 9/11 moment. We're going to work tomorrow or some Monday,
Well, everyone,
everybody.
hello.
Hate to tell you.
Good evening. Welcome for those here live, which
Right.
the numbers are increasing sharply as I speak.
Sharply.
And,
It's
for those
really
watching on
sharply.
demand, tonight I'm doing something I
People
was
heard he
never
canceled, they
expecting to
started to
do.
pull up. They're
I've
like,
been
this
doing
is
this
gonna
for
be
16 years, and I never really did any stream like this. I canceled my late night gameplay stream, which was supposed to be a chill, interactive stream of Stardew Valley.
I'm sure you might have heard that on Kotaku and many other places. I have canceled my night stream. Yes.
Because of world events that have just happened. Heinous events, awful events. And for the record, today is July 13th, 2024. Okay?
Yes.
16 years I've been a YouTuber.
For posterity's sake.
I've never really experienced something like this right now.
Where
like I actually realized life is being disrupted so much by what just happened that everyone's going to be talking, everyone's going to be, wanting to discuss this. And I didn't see how I could possibly do my regular late night.
I don't think so. Could we get a fake cry?
Way.
No.
You're asking for
because
a lot
so
there.
Distracted. You know that everyone would be wanting to talk about it. Everyone would want opinion.
Would be wild if it
certain things
happens,
about
though.
it. And therefore, how could I possibly do a regular gameplay stream?
He's acting like
If
it
you
was
don't
an
know what I'm
actual
talking about.
assassination rather than an attempt,
There was an attempted assassination of former President Trump at his rally in Pennsylvania this afternoon.
Still no
Well, I guess it
opinion
would have
yet,
been
guys.
evening 'cause
Just
it
being
happened, I
honest. No
believe,
opinion
just,
yet.
Like around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, so that would have been like 6:30 p.m. Eastern time in Pennsylvania, United States. And what I'm going to attempt to do is just give you some facts and or what people are surmounting to be facts. As
What about
of now.
your opinion,
Nothing has
though?
official come out at all from anyone. No news media actually knows what's happened. All we have are eyewitness accounts of people with their phones, basically. Okay.
Okay.
So here's what's going on. Trump is at a rally in Pennsylvania on stage. The crowd is behind him. The crowd is in front of him. So he's surrounded by, his supporters. And as he's talking on the podium, all of a sudden you can see him go just like this, like there's a reaction, like he felt something. And then immediately he realizes what's going on and he bends over and hunkers down behind the podium. And then the Secret Service swarm in over the podium and basically jump on him, forming like a human shield pile around him.
Wow.
Of course,
Thank you
everyone
for
has their
describing the
phones out.
tactics
Everyone's
in
taking
such
pictures
detail.
and video from every direction, trying to figure out what is going on.
Dude, I don't think
And
so.
Trump
I don't think we're going to get tears.
emerges just barely from this human
So
shield
nobody
pile,
has any official
pokes his
word,
body
but like
out.
DSP's
You can see
recounting
the
it
top
like
of his
bit
ear,
by
this
bit, like
side
he was
ear
there.
has been basically damaged. Now you can't tell if it was blown apart, if it was cut, but basically it's severely damaged. There's blood coming off of his ear, and there's streaks of blood across his face. Okay? So he's basically in the pile, and he actually just goes like this with his fist. He goes, fight, fight, fight. And then he allows the human shield group of Secret Service to take him away off the stage. Now chaos ensues, because no one knows what the hell is going on. Police are swarming the stage. They're swarming the area. They're looking all over to try to figure out what's going on.
Uh-huh. Oh, he did say
And
hunker
as
down
more
correctly this time. He did say
footage started
bunker down
hitting the
earlier.
internet On social
Did he? I
media,
thought he
and
said
wanna
bunker
emphasize
down. I must
it
have
was
misheard this
social
time.
media
Damn.
that
Lacking
made
on
this
both of them.
story pan out the way that it has, because mainstream news had no idea what the hell was going on and didn't want to cover it at all in a capacity where they would misreport it. So they literally would just say, we don't know what's happening. If you follow
All right,
social
cool.
media, there's posts from all these people who were there posting up their own accounts of what happened. And people are trying to piece together what's happening. First of all, it is very sad, ladies and gentlemen. It apparently is official. Someone has lost their life. The bullets that were meant for former President Donald Trump hit someone in the crowd, and the police saw that the person was deceased, and had to basically get them out of there right away. So there's actually footage of them like grabbing them from each limb and just yanking the body out of the crowd and trying to get it out of the stands.
What?
Because it was such a horrible situation.
Yanking
They didn't
them
want to
from
have
each
mass
limb.
panic.
All right.
I mean, that's how you carry dead bodies,
in addition,
brother. Like, I
apparently,
don't.
What else are we supposed to do?
Team lift on, on both limbs and you get them out of there. Like, that's.
I thought we didn't know any. I thought we didn't know anything, and now we know everything. What? Well, I can't keep up.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's recounting it like he was there or something, but he starts it off with like nobody's saying anything because they don't know. Like, what are you talking about? That
Do we know nothing or everything? I don't know.
Rooftop, and there's actual footage of the police going up on the rooftop and taking out the shooter. And when I say that, there's no actual footage of the person being shot or apprehended. It's just pictures of police up there with this person.
Yeah.
So whether or not this person was arrested, whether this person was taken out, nobody knows. Okay. Now more information is coming out about this, but the level of insanity and conspiracy coming out from all over the place is wild. I've seen insane conspiracies. Oh, this entire thing was a staged event. This didn't really happen. This was just to help, Donald Trump's campaign. Oh, actually, this is an inside job. Obviously, it was the Democrats who tried to assassinate Donald Trump today, and therefore the head of the Secret Service should be arrested and fired. And it's like, so of course, you got to read all that nonsense, and you're like,
what
so he's just reading,
does he hang out in?
He's just reading the 5 follower people on Twitter and like just taking it for like, if you go on Twitter, you can find people saying the most insane shit of all time, and of course that's what he reads. So
just for once,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what circles is he hanging out in? These are things that he's seeing. That's such a okay.
One person says something crazy. He's like, yeah, a lot of people are saying this.
For 1 second in their lives, be level-headed.
No, that's not possible anymore.
And try to approach this with
Twitter.
a very analytical
you were going to Twitter to be level-headed? All right, good luck with that.
Wrong place for that, brother.
To the crazy extreme.
Twitter's not the place for that.
Screw up everything. Because what happens is, instead of looking for facts of what's going on, you get the angry mob here and the angry mob here, and the two sides butting heads, instead of anyone being rational. And the angry mob here and the...
Sorry. All right, this is Philip at the Gangbangs on Friday. Hang on.
Of what's going on.
We got
you get the
Howard on the left,
and the angry
Rambo
mob
on
here,
the right.
And the two sides butting heads, instead of anyone being
and they
rational.
start touching heads. Okay. That's most definitely what's up.
Then he brings them in together.
I hate this about America. I hate this about the world right now. Again, everything's black and white, right? No one can actually know what really happens.
Don't bring race into
this spin or this spin to the two.
Yeah, nobody said anything about race. CSP. This is all you.
It's absolutely disgusting that this is what happens immediately. And I'm not even talking like little big social media influencers
like who?
And stuff.
Name names.
Yeah, this was totally staged. I can't believe that this would be real. It's bullshit. It's all fake. And on the other side, oh my God, the Democrats are trying to kill Trump. I'm like, oh my God, man. Do you not understand how harmful it is to say that?
Yeah, it's harmful.
If you're someone on the internet who has any kind of influence,
what? Don't say anything.
People believe what you say is fact, even though you're talking out of your ass. You're creating an angry mob.
Who gives a shit?
Why do you think this event just took place? Because of hyperbole? Because of years of both sides of the political spectrum going at it, instead of saying, okay, we don't see eye to eye. Here's why we think we're right and you're wrong, and here's why we're better for the country. Instead, they say things like, the other side is evil. If the other side stays in power, the country is going to be ended. It's going to be destroyed, right? People will die if the other side wins this election.
All right, well, I'm ending this poll and entering the new one now because he's sharing opinions now like crazy. All right, so opinions, that poll is now done.
That's the biggest Atlas dub to date, folks. Come on, don't ever bet against Atlas.
Okay, will he make it about himself in any way? Okay, so that means he has to bring himself up in comparison to this in any way. That is the poll live now. Go.
You can't say shit like that. You just can't. That is gross, harmful hyperbole. And if you're someone in a position of power, a politician, when you say things like that, you are rallying up an uneducated, ignorant mob of people who don't know that you're just rallying emotion for the election. They actually think you want them to go out there and do something like this. You cannot speak to people like this.
There's Burnell, the scam.
I would say right there,
all the time.
Nice one, Ira. Right on time. It's not scripted.
It's become rampant that people have no feeling of responsibility. You know what? I know this is a cheesy saying. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, a fictional character, is smarter than 99% of the people on this planet. When you have power, you have to wield it properly.
But it was real.
You can't just throw shit out there because now everyone hates each other. It's this whole my way or the highway. Either it all goes my way or the whole world is ending. You're completely evil because I'm completely good mentality. You can't have this in the modern world. You have adults thinking like this. This is not children who are thinking and acting. These are grown adults who are now
so we're just coping about people being more famous than us.
Saying these things.
And people care about what they say.
But we're not going to add any of them or say who they are.
Our society
you can actually go see it.
You know? I think something happened a few years ago. All right, during the whole
I was talking
COVID
about
era,
today. I was like, yeah,
it was very
something happened. What?
because I actually feel like
I
actually feel like this is the truth. Before COVID hit,
Yeah.
and so many people died, and the whole thing was mishandled by everyone around the world, right? There was lockdowns, there were mask wearing, there was mandatory vaccinations, yet people still died, right?
Didn't think we were
no
going
one
this
knew how to
angle.
handle it. What happened was
so
we
he
all had
expects vaccinations to be 100%. Okay.
this very ignorant feeling, like people in power knew better than us. That these people who are politicians or people in power, that they're mature, they're responsible, they're smart. They
Who
have
had
plans
this idea,
in place
though?
to
I don't
help
know
us
what
all
this idea
in
is.
case of something going wrong. And then when COVID hit, 100% what we saw was that none of that is true. That there was no governments that were ready for it. The people in power who we think are smarter than us and you know, they're going to take care of us have no idea how to do that or what they're doing. And therefore, we have to fend for ourselves because there's no hope coming.
It was a real
These people are
wasteland
just
out
as
there,
immature
folks.
as anyone else. They're just as dumb as everyone else.
Dumb.
They fool us into thinking that they're smarter, but they're not. You know? So I'm not surprised that here we are 4 years removed from COVID, and we've got world leaders saying things like, my opponent is Hitler. Or my opponent, you know, if they continue the way that they're going, this entire country will fall apart and things will go wrong. So you must vote. It's shock. It's emergency. You must do this. You must vote this way or do that way. I mean, you get people who will 100% believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will take action based on it.
Yeah.
Okay? That was very polarizing what happened many weeks ago there with that debate between
I can see him turn this into him.
Real close. We're getting there. We're running out of stuff to say.
Incredibly poorly.
By the way, this person does not vote. Thank you, Cinnabon. This person does not vote. He leaves his house 56 times a year. Thank you.
And he basically looked like a decrepit old man who couldn't even keep a straight thought about what was going on.
It's like he's talking about himself.
Is that the case? I don't know. I don't know Biden. How the hell would I know if this is the case or not?
You could rate him on what you saw at the debate, which is everyone else is doing.
So bad.
I mean, that was kind of the point of the debate, was it not?
So divided, right? And now you get this happening, and it's like,
what?
I can't believe that this is where we are. Again, I've been doing YouTube for 16 years. Not once have I seen anything this serious happen.
No, that doesn't
count. To the
count.
point where like there is
that
no way
count.
I can
Unless
even go
you agree,
business
right?
as usual. I couldn't do a stream
I'll let
tonight
that
of
one
gameplay.
slide.
That doesn't count.
What's happening in the world right now.
That doesn't count.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to do an impromptu chill stream. All right. If any other news actually develops during my 2 hours of my stream, we'll talk about it. If any official news outlets
just gonna
actually
make shit up.
news instead of we don't know what's going on.
I'll get to the shout outs after this initial rant, guys. I promise.
It would be great to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I know. 2 hours of this? How long can you go on with this shit?
So, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. If this segment runs out, I'm good. I'm done. Like, if we start talking about what we ate for dinner,
just sitting here
I'm all right.
What's going on.
Any SOKs in there, any SOK accounts, any LARPers in chat that are in both chats here. The only assignment, you can do whatever the fuck you want, obviously, but my recommendation was don't mention anything about this. Ask about your normal.
Oh my God.
Ask about your normal scheduled questions, all right? You know what that means, right?
Just a little beyond the breaking
Nothing about anything political is the only rule, but obviously do whatever the fuck you want.
It's very hot here today. But I just don't know. I'm afraid for our future here in this country. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know me. You guys know me.
Yeah, I don't vote. I don't give a shit what happens.
Correct?
Yeah.
You very rarely see me.
You stay out of politics.
Yeah.
DSP monetizing the assassination of Donald Trump.
Get on a soapbox. I even have.
Direct Danny got a membership. Let's go.
Someone made this for me. I'm going to show you this.
I'll dance it on your grave, Danny.
Someone made this for me.
Yeah, soapbox.
To use on my streams. They said if you ever want to start talking about, something important, you could actually stand on your soapbox. Here you go, right? But you guys know the truth is that I don't usually do stuff like this.
Maybe donate tonight's stream income to mental health institution. Fuck you.
I wouldn't sit here and talk about this stuff because
first I was afraid. I was
feel
petrified.
Like what my job is, okay, is that as a video game streamer, as a podcaster, because I am a podcaster now. Whether or not people like it, I'm a podcaster now. I podcast pretty much every day.
Is what you meant to say.
And as someone who has social interaction with you guys on a daily basis, I feel like what my job is to give you guys consistency,
to bake consistency,
and to give you an escape, right?
So why are we doing this then?
Stuff going on during COVID. I really was happy that so many people told me my streams were the place that they found solace. They went away from all the horrible things happening in real life, and they were able to come to the streams and unplug from that and just relax. That's what I want to be for you guys. All right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how
That's why we talk about money all the time, obviously.
I just don't know how I'm supposed to.
Why the fuck are we doing this? Okay, okay.
I don't understand how I could.
Great idea, Richard Graves. Ask him if the blue LED in the background is showing support for Democrats. Are we to take the blue LEDs as your sign of who you're supporting in this election cycle, Philip?
ALT, you're flipping teams now. Now you're pushing for politics.
I know.
Talk. You gotta pick a side, brother.
I should have done that. Yeah, don't do that. I take that back. Don't do that. Nothing about politics.
Nor what's going on. And the other thing is, with Stardew Valley, that's supposed to be a chill stream.
Bring it back to Stardew Valley.
What's a chill stream? It's when we talk
Please,
together.
ask him what he was doing in the game and what we're supposed to be doing now.
Right? I know the number one topic that will want to be discussed. How am I supposed to concentrate on that game and discuss it?
Because that's a game you normally don't have to concentrate while you play.
So I've now covered the groundwork of what just happened.
No, you didn't.
I don't know what specifically people want to discuss.
We talk about the twin blade that he got in Elden Ring today
instead. Not about contributions.
Yeah.
If you guys wish to contribute, by all means, please
Phillip!
do. It's a normal stream for me.
Still got
but at the same time, there are things that are more important than me raising money on a stream.
Yeah.
So
well,
if you want to
sure
contribute,
about that?
thank you for that. But I'm not going to be sitting here bringing it up or talking about it. I will shout out anything that comes in, but I'm definitely not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff on the stream because it's not about that. Okay.
You got to take care of some people here.
So
good.
I just want to see what happened here. So you guys already came in and started doing stuff. We had Bloom Kit, 12 months as a member, saying I'm legit scared this isn't good. I mean, yeah. And if anyone who isn't scared about something like this happening, honestly, anyone who isn't scared should be. And I'm not trying to basically say,
that's exactly what you're doing, actually.
The sky is falling, panic or anything.
Yes, you are fear-mongering, yes.
We have 4 months to go till the election. And we've already escalated to the point of attempted murder.
Yeah.
So what happens next is the question. Like, we've already left the realm of reason, the realm of order, the realm of law.
We left that a long time ago, bud.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't even know what else to say. You know, it's pretty.
I want to provide an escape for you. You should be scared.
That's what's going on right now. Joe Man, 37 months as a member, mortified about the events today. Terrible day. Completely agree with you.
Completely agree. Yes. Let me repeat it again. Actually,
and Eternal Napalm re-up their membership.
That's all the contributions we have so far. This doesn't really get the tips coming, I guess. Lugo, stop dancing, Lugo. Not the time. Get out of here.
At the time, very inappropriate.
Get out of here, Lugo.
Animals died, Lugo.
Okay,
stop dancing.
So, I mean, any late night chill stream, usually what I would do is I would open it up. Wow, you're gone.
That was the
I'm not even going to
bomb.
address what that idiot just said in my chat. Get them right the hell out.
Monetizing.
Repeat that on
that
my
was
stream.
monetizing assassination of Trump. That's what he just talked about. We are 2 minutes behind.
Okay. So, what I will do, let's do some talk back and forth. Let's do some Q&A.
Let's do some talk, guys.
Let's do some talk.
Let's
Start
do some
the talk.
Q&A.
Start talking.
Everybody must have partied too hard.
Or just back and forth. It could be about anything. We don't have to talk about.
Yeah. You got
what
the hint.
just happened. We don't.
There you go.
In fact, if you want to talk about other topics,
What'd you have for dinner?
definitely open to talking about other topics tonight.
Tomatoes on hamburgers.
There's
no
out. Way that I could possibly
you like
play
fried
game
green
right.
tomatoes?
You know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
Pineapple on pizza.
Okay. So let's see. And by the way,
yes,
this is a Q&A impromptu stream with my audience. This is not me doing a special politics stream. That's not what this is about. I definitely would think we're going to talk about other things other than what just happened too, but we will discuss that too. Yeah, this video will be monetized on YouTube because I have a right to do that.
He couldn't resist. He could not resist. He could not resist. He said, I won't even repeat it. I won't even repeat what that person said. 5 seconds later, he's repeating exactly what that fucking said. Yes.
Q&A impromptu.
Hands on the hips.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not going to happen, okay?
This is incredible. Watch.
So let's see.
Hands on hips.
And by the way, this is a Q&A impromptu stream with my audience. This is not me doing a special politics stream. That's not what this is about. I definitely would think we're going to talk about other things other than what just happened too, but we will discuss that too.
Definitely.
Yeah, this video will be monetized on YouTube because I have a right to do that.
Yes.
This is not me monetizing.
I have a right.
So you are monetizing it then, huh?
With my audience, and I have the right to monetize this stream and video, and I'm going to do that. And if you have issue with that, you can kiss my ass.
Okay. Well, thanks for repeating it.
Like, enough is enough with you people.
Yes.
You can seriously just kiss my ass. I don't care about you.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. That always stops us, doesn't it?
So
that does stop us.
Let's see what you guys would like to talk about.
Yeah, I'm back it up right now.
Let's see. What was for dinner?
Good question.
Slow cooker, boneless, skinless chicken thighs in a spicy sweet barbecue
extra.
sauce.
Boneless and skinless.
After being slow cooked and basically pulled, we put that over Texas toast, and then we had a side of mashed potatoes and
Texas toast.
So there you go.
We went all out. That's a good meal. That's
all right, so Texas toast, chicken on Texas toast. What was the side?
Mashed potatoes?
After being slow cooked and basically pulled, we put that over Texas toast, and then we had a side of mashed potatoes.
They
and
always carb load. You guys are
So there you
right.
go.
It's always the carbs. They go nuts on the carbs.
That's what was for
That
dinner.
makes
Thank you for
sense
asking.
when you see them, I guess.
They got the hot dogs and rice, and they do have buns on those dogs.
Okay.
Big ups, Ryan. You got one. Keep it going, though. Food. Get the food going. Fuck
It was
politics.
really good. It was. It's really good. And the thing is, my wife has so many recipes.
Oh, yeah.
But we
You mean
tend
the
to,
internet?
when we start doing certain recipes, we'll do them over and over.
The internet has
and then
a lot
we
of
forget the other
recipes, you
ones,
mean.
And I keep telling her, you got to keep track of these recipes because you have so many good ones that we forget half of them. And then what'll happen is 6 months will go
You
by.
have to take a screenshot
and out
of the
blue,
recipe.
We'll remember, oh, yeah, we used to do this and it was insanely good. Let's do it again. So we start doing it again, and then we forget the other recipes. That's what happens, like this vicious circle. Okay, let's see here.
Let's see here. No tips yet, guys. I would appreciate some tips. I don't want to monetize anything, but as you know, this is.
Do I like really spicy food?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, I like some spice in my
Okay,
food.
I'm gonna get a counter for our food questions. We're up to 2 right now.
Extra flavor. Hell, I even like it if you get like a burning sensation, like horseradish sauce. Actually, it's pretty hot.
Oh, we love horseradish.
Eyes water, but I really like horseradish sauce when I'm eating like roast beef. I think it goes. It complements the roast beef nice. What I don't like is spice level.
This is really
that's
important.
So hot that you
canceled
eat it, and your
gameplay
mouth
for this
is just won't
because
stop
it would be
burning.
too distracted
like, I like
by current
a spice
events.
and a building spice, but I want it to go away. I don't want a lingering spice that's so bad that my sinuses are unloading down my face, that my eyes are so super watery and crying at full speed. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Full
coughing
speed, yeah,
'cause
full
I
speed
can't breathe
crying.
because it's so
Full
hot.
speed
I
cry.
don't like that at all. I don't know why people do like that. The thing is, for example, I do. Here's a story I've told before.
Oh, please, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I used to work, and when I was in high school, I used to work for a health food store called Everything Yogurt and Salad Cafe, and it was owned by an Indian man. And he was younger. He's probably in his mid-to-late 20s, and his cafe, and it was owned by an Indian man.
Indian man. Okay,
and
big
he
up
was
to
younger.
Indian
He was
man.
probably in his mid to late 20s, and it was
You know his
actually
name?
his parents owned a bunch of franchises. He
Pajit?
owned one. His brother
I
owned
forget.
one. So
I know
I
he
swear
said it before, hasn't he?
in his
all these
He has said it though, hasn't he? I can't remember.
franchises around the state in Connecticut were like family-owned businesses, right? And so one day I'm working there, and his whole family comes in, and they bring homemade Indian food. Now, I had never even experienced Indian food yet at this time in my life. I didn't even know what it was. So I was very interested. I was like, oh, what kind of stuff is this? And his mother, who, elderly woman, says, oh, do you want to see? And I take it back, it was his grandmother was there.
Yeah.
And she says, do you want to see?
Right.
And she
She's
opens it up.
ancient, then.
Make it up as
And
we
it
go
looked
around here.
It was a curry is what it was. It was like a vegetable curry, green, I remember. And it just looked like curry. She opens it up, and my face went, it was such intense spice coming out of the curry into my face. Green, I remember. and it just looked like curry. She opens it up, and my face went.
What the fuck?
It was such intense spice coming out of the curry into my face that I was like, oh, it felt like someone punched me. I was like, oh my God.
It felt like Jaha punched me.
The whole family laughed at me. And they said, that's because you're white. They said, because you're white, you don't know what spice is. In India, we eat this all the time because our food is kind of very bland. We have potatoes, right? Curries and things. We have to put intense amount of spice into the food to make it appetizing because otherwise it's too bland.
Because you're white.
So that's what they do to kick
That's what they
their
said.
food
They
up.
said our food is bland as hell, so we pack it full of spices.
Extreme levels of
really?
spice.
Is that what they said?
And they made fun of me for it. I was like, it was my first experience with something really spicy too. I was like, all right, I get it. You got me. Like they knew I was going to react that way.
Okay, right. Great story. Very relatable.
But anyway, yeah,
Anyways.
that's what I mean. Like that level of spice, I can't handle that. I can't. Like I like something with a little bit of burn that it builds up, and you get that flavor. Like I was just talking. I just had a curry last week. It was chicken vindaloo, and it was good. But
Chicken
man,
vindaloo? What's that?
But the flavor was so good.
I've never had a
wanted to
curry
keep
in my
eating it.
life.
You know
What's
what I mean?
chicken
I wanted to keep going.
Vindaloo. I've had chicken vindaloo. Oh, vindaloo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's chicken vindaloo.
let's
That's
see
a
here.
DoorDash order.
I received a $3 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you, Dan the Man, for the first tip of the night. I appreciate that. It's good to see you here
Let's
tonight.
go, $3.
Hope you're doing well,
That's the tip, by the way.
especially in light of all this stuff going on.
Oh, yeah,
right
we should
now.
be out of here now.
Okay.
It'll be nice early checkout. Check out. If it gets totally boring, I'm still reserving the right to do that, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
what
Oh, let's see
I'm
here.
thinking. If we do not politics for long enough,
I'm
I
still
think
going to
that
eat
I'm
Indian
going
food
to
after
call
what
it.
happened last time with my toilet. Yes, it was worth it. I'm still going to do that.
Okay, great.
No,
joke.
I don't know what tacos de machaca are. I've never heard
That's
of that.
3. Good job. That's 3.
Yep. Let's
Slayer
go.
says I had a kind of spice yesterday. It was a Samyang spicy stew instant noodle.
Samyang.
Mark says, I'm an Australian. I'm shocked by this incident. I wish President Trump the best. Haven't you already had people like JFK and Lincoln assassinated? Why is gun violence so common? So a lot of people don't remember.
A lot of people
In the
don't
1980s,
remember.
someone tried to assassinate then President Ronald Reagan. I was so young that when that happened, that I
People
didn't
not
really
remember that?
know or remember it. Like I know that happened when I was in my first. What year was that? 1980 something. I can't remember. But
Wasn't even
that,
alive
like,
when
it
I
didn't
remember
click.
that.
It wasn't like news to me when it happened at the time because I was young and I didn't really care about politics or anything. You know what I mean?
Sir, you were not
it
born
was-
yet, bitch.
It was 81 that I
yes,
wasn't
you were
alive
not
yet.
born,
Okay,
dumb
well, that's
fuck.
why
Yeah,
then.
keep
I
saying
wasn't
stories
alive yet.
though.
That
yeah.
wasn't. That was the last
Just
time.
making
I
shit
think,
up on the spot.
that there was
Just
an attempted
never figure it
assassination.
out.
Making shit up. And let's see again. I believe he said I remembered it, by the way, to
Click.
start.
It wasn't like news to me when it happened. I didn't really. You already had people like JFK and Lincoln assassinated. Why is gun violence so common? So a lot of people don't remember. In the 1980s, someone tried to assassinate then President Ronald Reagan. I was so young that when that happened that I didn't really know or remember it. Like I know that happened when I was in
Tell
my
me,
first,
you were pretty young then,
what year
huh?
was that? 1980 something. I can't remember.
I wasn't
But
born yet, dumb
that-
fucks
it, like,
asking
didn't click.
questions.
It wasn't like news
I
to
was
me
not
when it
born
happened
yet.
at the time because I was young and I didn't really care
Atlas
about
was not born
politics
yet
or
either.
anything. You know
Maybe.
what I mean?
I'm
most
definitely not born yet.
Assuming.
And I mean,
Ronald Reagan was dead
was
before I was
81 that I wasn't
alive,
alive
so-
yet. Okay, well that's why then I wasn't
Yeah.
alive yet.
So yeah,
That
just keep
wasn't-
making up stories though, huh?
That was the last time I think that there was an attempted.
Well, he was so
assassination
young that it
either on a
didn't
president
affect
or a
him,
presidential
that he didn't really
candidate here in the United
comprehend.
States. I could be wrong.
that's
true.
Maybe it
True
was another
statement.
time. But like to me, that's what I mean. Like in my lifetime, I don't remember something like this happening when I was a YouTuber. I've been doing this
Because-
for 16 years. I can't remember a single world event that was kind of this crazy happening like this where it's
sir?
in my home country.
9/11,
it's affecting me
sir?
and my viewers.
9/11,
and it's like,
sir?
there's no way I can do a normal stream tonight. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't on
9/11,
YouTube
sir?
then. Wasn't on
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
then.
he wasn't on YouTube then. You're right. That was before. That was before he's on YouTube. You're right.
Was I alive during the JFK
He did
assassination?
react to it though. Don't
Yes,
forget
you can
that.
call
Yes,
me
that's true.
Grandpa Phil. I must be really old, according to you, Don Finucci. Wow.
Yes, you are older than me.
Wow.
So
Right?
Someone threw a shoe at Bush. That is true. Bush was at a press conference and someone threw a shoe at him. I do remember that. That was George Bush Jr., by the way.
Oh.
George W. Bush.
get it right. That was W.
Oh, you know what? Delay Buster's right. The Boston Marathon bombing totally happened.
Yeah, that counts.
Where we were when this happened. I don't know if it's
There's a bunch of different shootings if you would have picked any one of those.
But at the same time, like I was in the middle of the final boss fight of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC when all this was going down, and everyone started coming into the chat talking. I'm like, guys, you gotta understand something. We don't know what's really happening, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
and
what's
you called
really
them all
happening.
assholes.
This is a gameplay stream. This is not
I'm
a
playing
current
Elden
events news
Ring
stream.
and talk about the
Please
game.
don't derail the stream, and we had to kind of put our foot down.
Yeah.
There were some people who weren't listening.
We had to put our foot
Dude,
down.
how am I supposed to possibly concentrate on what I'm doing for work right now if we got these people coming in derailing with this stuff? You know, allow us to all get our hands around what's going on, and we can talk
Get
about
our hands around
what
what's
the purpose
going
of
on.
that stream was earlier. Tonight we can talk about it because I opened the time slot so we can do this. You know.
First, my save file corrupts, and then Trump's getting shot at.
Yeah, as long as we got our save files.
Okay.
Let me check.
I received a $10 tip from PS3 True. This is insane. I saw a notification of it on my phone earlier. I was stunned. I'm completely speechless. I'm glad that he is okay. Rest in peace to the two that lost their lives. See, I don't even know that. I heard that one spectator lost their life because a bullet hit them. One of the bullets meant for Trump hit them. I didn't hear about another spectator. And I didn't hear about anyone else.
Okay, more important news than Philip's talk. I have received word from Evil AJ. Remember, I asked a question. We heard that Philip said he was Evil AJ was at SGC that year. Philip went to SGC and he said that Evil AJ was also there, but Evil AJ didn't say anything in person because he's a pussy. That was DSP's words. Evil AJ says no. I made a sock account leaving a comment saying that there's a rumor going around that the creator of This Is How You Don't Play was going to be at SGC. That was done to get a reaction out of Philip, which it did. And there we go. Big ups.
I don't know what you're even addressing right now. And he says, I hope for a speedy recovery to the two other spectators. Thanks for talking about this. So apparently 2 other spectators were hurt. See, I don't know that either.
I don't even know that.
You can't find official information anywhere, at least as of the time that I started this stream. There was nothing official anywhere. No news outlets were saying actually what happened. They just said they don't know.
All right.
They don't know.
We talked all about it. We let them. We said everything we had to say.
All right, Derek. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I know you probably really don't care about this.
Whoa! I assume.
All right, Derek. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I know you probably really don't care about this.
Okay. Well, Derek,
people are saying the shooter is confirmed to be deceased. Okay.
Well, are you bitching at people for sharing information
I don't know
or
that.
what?
I'm just going off what you guys are telling me.
Should we not talk about the
Why
thing?
are we doing this at all? Like,
I thought it was a conversation here. Are we supposed to talk or not?
Yes, I do agree. This should be a moment for unity. It should. You would think that a moment like this, everyone should get together on both sides and say, "Listen, all right, thank you for re-upping."
I thought he was talking about detractors
and polarize the country in a way never before seen.
All the trolls should just get along with the dead.
This is our moment
of unity.
We have to stop with the over-exaggeration, the hyperbole, the incredible amount of irresponsible things we're both saying about each other, and we have to be civil and let the people decide from rational thought what needs to happen as the future of this country.
Yep,
not this insane, over-the-top, narrative of, oh, well, if the other guy wins, it's the end of the world. The other guy wins, we're going to have Nazis in the streets. Or the other guy wins.
Yep.
Oh, did you know that the entire country will not be foreigners? Like, what? No, both of you are wrong. Both of you are horribly wrong. You need to stop saying these things. They're incredibly irresponsible. These people that you're speaking to, not everyone is that smart. You understand?
Yes.
Jade, I will see you Monday. Sounds
good. Coming from DSP Cult Leader, by the way.
Jade's out of here. Jade's clocking out. He never does, though. He always says
you guys got to understand something. This is exactly the reason why I'm not starting a DSP politics deal right now.
Why?
Like, this country right now is so divided.
Is this about him?
Okay? That I am not going to light that fire and even play with that Pandora's box. I'm not even going to get close to the latch.
That Pandora's
I'm
box.
taking a step back and I'm
I feel like this is close
enough. I'm
enough.
not doing this kind of stuff.
I think, too.
I refuse to at this point. I totally toyed with it. I thought maybe it would make sense. But then I saw the climate in this country, what was happening with this election coming up. And I was like, oh, no. This is too dangerous right now.
What's
it
too
really
dangerous?
Is. It's actually dangerous.
Yes, he thinks he's going to be murdered for doing political contact?
Yeah.
Is that there's so many people who are looking for this kind of shit to happen so they can capitalize on it. Right now, there are people, I wish this was a lie. I wish that this was an exaggeration. There are people that got this news for today, and they just did this.
What? So they could talk about the news like you are doing right the fuck now?
We can make out of this.
You are doing that right now.
Dark Mega, have a good night. I totally understand. He says, I'm done with the topic for today, and we don't know any more facts, so he's out. It's all good. Have a good night, Dark Mega. And by the way, we're not talking about this the whole stream either. Like I said, we're going to have various other topics we'll talk about, too.
Really?
I don't want to talk about this all night.
Pick one, then.
But, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, oh, yeah, this is a gold mine.
You are doing that right now.
I have all this content I can make based off of this. You know, these political content creators.
This is what you're doing, sir.
Do not understand
that what?
The content you make actually influences people to act in certain ways.
So
and
you'd
if
rather
you start making irresponsible
not
content
talk about
based
it?
off of today's incident,
I would say they report the news. You want them to not talk about it? You want them to not report on the news because that's how they make money? That doesn't make any sense.
This is the thing with any of this mob mentality stuff on the internet. Listen, there's tons of people on the internet who like to make fun of Dark Side Phil.
Let's go. Okay? This is absolutely about him. There's no denying that.
I'm a meme, I'm the loud, whatever you want to call it.
Pull over.
Okay?
That's a yes. That's a yes.
But then there's the few fringe people who don't understand the difference between it's a running joke to make fun of him or let's actually try to hurt him. You know, the people that try to hack into all of my accounts, the people that commit identity fraud and theft in my name on a daily basis everywhere, people who have sent me death threats, threatening me, describing weapons they're going to come to my house and murder me and my family with.
Yes.
Should I continue? I mean, that's just the three off the top of my head.
Please.
You know, I've been doxxed, I've been swatted, I've had all this stuff happen to me. And on a regular basis, I get things like false copyright strikes, people trying to steal
false copyright strikes,
all my money and shit constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Same level. Yep.
So you have to understand that even though the intention may be a silly one or maybe, you know, there's fringe people who don't get it. They will literally think that what you say and do is factually true. Yep. So for every bunch
you
of people
can't
that
have
laugh
any fun because somebody might take it a little too far.
Got it. Or a Tevin restream, there's a couple nut jobs who watch that content and say, wow,
reference, current year.
Tevin restream. There's a couple nut jobs who watch that content and say, wow, I wish that Phil was dead because they say he's a horrible person. But they don't care.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. Yep. We have world leaders right now who are speaking in these crazy hyperboles, not understanding that they are motivating people to do extreme things. They have to stop this because they're not just a restreamer. They're not just a YouTuber. Who cares? These are fucking people who are supposed to be our people in charge, who we look up to,
really
who know better
turned
than us,
it into himself. Yeah, you're right,
they're
big
smart
guy.
and they're going to do the right thing for the country, and they're saying ridiculously awful, polarizing things that are going to get people killed.
I thought it was a joke when we started this, and someone said that Tevin was the shooter. But now that we're this far in, we're kind of there, aren't we?
Can't really say he isn't.
I have to stop this right now.
No, we nailed it. That was a great one. Great take there. Anything else? Can we move?
I don't know, Rambo.
I received a $1 tip. This person says, crazy. 2020 COVID time now seems just like a cakewalk compared to now. Everything we've been going through recently is unprecedented, from climate change to economics to politics. It's just extremes.
Yeah,
correct?
Definitely. Yeah, correct.
It's like extremes. Everything is extreme now.
Yep.
There's no more moderate, normal. There's just extreme here, extreme there.
This is worse than COVID, guys. I don't know if you knew that.
And then
this is worse than Stardew, that's for sure.
I don't get that.
This is definitely worse than Stardew.
I certainly don't remember growing up with that. Everything was an extreme.
Nothing extreme. Yep.
Please, more food. More food.
Yeah, come on. We're only at 3 now. Let's keep that at least.
You can talk about politics in other countries and not U.S., like about their government system, which will not be controversial. I don't know what you mean by that, Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer doesn't make sense. Try it again.
You should dunk on Singapore.
I don't give a crap about what Mr. Beast's statement is on anything. You can keep that information to yourself. Thanks.
Yep, we want to hear what DSP thinks. Yes, DSP
takes. That's obviously far more important.
Unqualified opinions on anything in life. The guy that got virally popular by pulling crazy, stupid stunts on YouTube.
So we should listen to you, though?
Monetized,
person that leaves their house
philanthropy.
Once a week?
I don't think I need to hear his opinion on anything.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bankruptcy.
They probably know more.
Okay, thank you, Bankruptcy. Thank you, Sir Bankruptcy.
Oh, let's see here. Ricardo, thank you for a super chat. He says, you're great. Greetings from Costa Rica. Greetings to you, Ricardo.
Up that amount, brother. I don't give a shit about where you're from. Retard. God, Waffle Master. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that, Waffle Master.
I thought that's what he said.
Slayer says what I mean is maybe you can look into governments of other countries and give your take on that. Okay, so what Slayer is saying now,
yes,
I get it.
Now
what
I get
Slayer
it.
is saying is,
how did you not get it the first
instead of doing
time?
DS politics and only talking about the politics in your home country of the United States, I can instead talk about politics internationally, right? Well,
yeah, definitely. I want Philip's take on that. Yeah.
I don't know if I really know about world politics enough to talk about them. I probably don't.
You don't.
And it would probably take me an intense amount of effort to research world politics and see how things work in other countries to really even understand the structure to comment properly. That's number one. Number two, you may not realize this, Slayer. My audience is 52% international.
Whoa!
48% of my audience is from the United States.
He loves saying
52% is actually
he thinks it's some sort of flex.
So I actually have more people outside of the U.S. watching me than people in the U.S.
Oh my God,
that's
dude.
crazy to think,
you
but
are
that's
a legend.
It used to be like that. It used to be like back in the day. I remember my analytics were something like
big ups Ryan, by the way.
30.
No, I don't think it ever was.
48-52. That's how crazy skewed it's become. So the thing is, God forbid that I decide to talk out of my butt about world politics because I'm uneducated about them, and I say something offensive or stupid or blatantly wrong, and then everyone just slams me for it because they actually live in those countries. They're like, wow, you're an idiot. If anything, if I were to talk about politics, I should probably talk about my own politics here.
Definitely.
My local politics, the things that are going on where I live and things that are directly affecting me.
Oh, by the way, the beginning of the stream, someone sent me a picture of it. Jordan said, wait, no Stardew? And question mark, and then he said peace with an exclamation point.
Damn.
Jordan said, I'm out. I don't give a shit about
like
this.
That. But again,
taking his money elsewhere.
Something.
Yep, all that money DSP just pissed away.
This is insane.
I'm surprised, honestly.
In the United States, this political climate.
Stardew's that's the cash cow.
But the way that things are going, that I don't want to delve into any of that stuff right now.
Yeah,
tonight was kind of the exception. What was I going to do? How am I going to do a normal stream?
Play Stardew.
Can't be that ignorant and just ignore shit.
War Dog Leader?
So yeah.
Incorrect. There is a chance. And he did already.
He did. He did.
Too late.
He was one sentence away from saying it's Tevin's fault, brother.
Says, the majority of your
did
viewers actually are from the U.S., just not on your channel. Yeah, but you're talking about re-streamers and morons who watch my stuff on detractor channels. I don't care about those people.
Yeah, they do count.
Those people literally are as valuable to me as someone who farted into a jar and cupped it. It's like, oh, do you want to hear the opinions of them? Here you go. Have a whiff.
That metaphor didn't make sense,
actually. Oh, you like it?
But
breathe nice and deep. Okay, I'll save those rest for later. You close it off.
Didn't make sense, actually.
I don't care about
Good try.
Those people are a complete waste of time.
Nailed it.
There's no reason to waste time on those people. There's a difference between people who are critics and want me to improve and people who are only there to be toxic. There's a big difference between those two.
Yeah.
And I've stopped.
I gave pretty good
suggestions
suggestions in my last video.
No matter what I do, it's never good enough. The fact that I changed my build 8 times in the Elden Ring DLC, and every time I've changed it, I was told, "Oh, I copied someone else's build because I'm copying an endgame build to beat the game easily." And I'm like, I did 8 different builds. How could I have copied one person's
he's
build
so
to beat the
butthurt
game
that
easily?
people keep mad at the game.
I mean,
it really hurts his ego.
Insane.
So I do not give a shit what builds you use.
Listening to and or trying to cater to anything they say, they're nuts. I don't care about.
But you still clearly care because you changed builds 8 times, so people wouldn't make fun of you. But all right, guess you clear the most.
Kit, this is not the Trump assassination attempt stream. This is a late night chill, just talking stream with my audience.
Bloom
we
Kit,
talk about whatever.
Stop changing the narrative.
Right.
I'm not trying to monetize this.
Stop with that bullshit.
Keep saying it, Bloom Kit. That's what he's doing.
Kid, do your little thingy thing.
Get him pissed.
I know. I even used all the weapons the DLC gave me. I didn't even use a broken build that people already had known about. I just kept finding new weapons I liked and kept using those weapons. But somehow I'm abusing the game and, okay, whatever you say.
Who's saying those things, Philip? How would you know? You don't care about the tractor stuff anyway, right? How would you know what everyone's saying?
Yeah, now here's something. Apparently, Richard Simmons, the old...
Died today.
Went into the oldies, Deal a Meal, fitness guru
I have
guy.
something for that then.
Apparently passed away today.
I don't know what any of that was.
You know, that's
what
sad. You know, back in the day, he was known as not only that, but also a comedian and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah, definitely.
Actually, have a lot of crossovers with other comedians and personalities in pop culture and stuff like that. I remember him from growing up.
I got a picture for that. Hold on.
And
it's worth
I didn't hear about. I don't know who this person is, and I didn't hear about them until they died.
But I don't know any of the details of that whatsoever because this other story overshadowed everything else today. Like no one's talking about anything else. So
here we go. I got a picture for you.
To hear that we lost him.
It is pretty sad. Here's Richard Simmons.
I've seen
how I remember him.
Richard Simmons. They showed them on TV.
This is how I remember Richard Simmons.
Youthful.
Very, very positive individual. I do appreciate. Rest in peace, Richard Simmons. Rest in peace.
Yes, we talked about that. That Shelley Duvall sadly passed away a couple days ago. I'm aware of that.
All right, I think I'm out. I think I'm done.
All right, brother.
That's it.
Yes, even though there's no Stardew tonight, we're still.
I don't blame you. Go, Adley. Are you doing a react tomorrow?
Hell no.
Hell no. All right, Atlas Bookkeeper's checking out. He'll have videos of varying quality coming out during the week, though. Some are awesome.
Yes,
some are great. Some are, you could miss them, but you still got to watch those anyway, okay? So go ahead.
Please watch those ones especially. Thank you all. It was a blessing being here. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Have a fun chill stream. We still got 90+ minutes of it.
90+ minutes.
I felt like I want to do something different. We haven't done a chill stream in 2 months, by the way, so it kind of makes sense that we do one now.
Definitely.
At the Gamer, you're welcome. If you watch my content and you determine whether you want to buy something or not buy something based on my coverage of it, hey, I'm all over that.
Yeah, please.
Sounds good to me. So
I'm
glad to hear that. He basically says that saved some money on something because they watched me play it and they don't want to play it now. All good. That's what it's about,
good.
Right?
Definitely. All right.
Okay.
Got any of those tips? Any tips? Any tips you got?
How do you stay positive when you get older and you see more things happening that are bad? I mean, here's the
question. Good question, Larper.
For as many bad things that happen in life, okay, you have to see the forest for the trees. What do I mean by that? You may just look and just see bad. What you don't realize is that you're also surrounded by things that are very good. It's just that when you're surrounded by things that are bad, you tend to only see past the good things to only see the bad ones. Or maybe the bad ones block the view of the good ones, right?
Is that the forest or the trees?
Many good things about life that I absolutely love and enjoy. You just have to...
Could you talk about them ever?
Focus on the good things you actually have. A lot of people, I feel, have problems doing that. When you turn on your TV and there's a million political shows that are, bad. And then when you turn on YouTube, bad. And there's a million, this guy on this side, oh, they suck. This guy on this side, oh, they suck. If that's all you're hearing, because that's what they get their attention for, right? They get their attention for extreme panic mode content. That's what gets you to watch because you're scared. So you keep watching. You're hoping for a light at the end of the tunnel, but guess what?
What?
There is no light at the end of the tunnel with those people because they don't benefit from the light.
Dude, we gotta get Metallica song here. When it comes to be the soothing light at the end of your tunnel, that's Gravity by Metallica.
To the tunnel. They benefit from the constant panic, the constant doom and gloom.
Okay, got it.
What you need to do is look around you for the good things in life. You know, around me, I have so many good things. Listen, guys. Tonight we're having a 2-hour interactive chill stream. Can I tell you something?
What?
This means so much to me. That at a moment when a lot of messed up and weird stuff is going on in life, that I can sit down with my audience and just have fun conversation and hang out. That is incredibly meaningful. And I hope you feel the same way. That we can have this cool place to just hang out and be
not that
friendly
cool,
with each other
actually.
and civil with each other.
Kind of creepy,
right?
actually.
That's what this is all about.
A lot of scary people in the chat.
Meaningful. All right. My family, my lovely wife, and my cat Jasper. And that's the end of the list, sir.
Life
that we have together here, the support that my wife and I give each other behind the scenes of all the personal stuff that's been going on this year between a million things that's been happening.
Please go on.
Just all kinds of stuff. Go on. And it means the world to have that.
Go on.
Listen, I have no aspirations that I'm ever going to be rich and famous or I'm going to blow up or anything. I'm in my lane now. I know where I belong on level 1, I guess you could say.
You said that.
And I guess that's it. That's where I'm going to be. And I've learned to be happy with that, to be happy and grateful for what I have, because understand that even though I may be much smaller than I used to be, I'm still happy, healthy, and able to do what I love for a living. And that's a lot more than what a lot of other people have. So I have to know to be grateful for that and never lose sight of that, right?
Okay.
Focus on those good things around me. It's like right now in my house, I have a busted bathroom where the whole thing's messed up. My toilet, my shower, it's all messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a dishwasher downstairs that's busted.
I wonder why those things don't get fixed.
Okay.
I wonder why those things don't get fixed, huh? If only there was a way to not to save money. If only there was a way to not buy. If only there's a way not to make all your money go away instantly when the second you get it. Man, if only there was a way to not spend every single dollar you got. If only there was a way.
Or replace it. I'm not going to repair it because replacing is about the same cost. I got other things going on in my life, that I wish that I could take care of. I can't. Why? Because I don't have a lot of money, right? But those are the bad things. Those are the bad things. There's so many good things that are happening, so many things that I am grateful for, but both physical and not. Like I said, the emotional love and support that I have for my wife, it means the world. It makes me be a happy person. It really does. If you haven't, if you can't
that's
tell,
why you're always angry then.
Take a look at me now versus before I knew Kat. I dare you to compare the two. You see, I'm a different guy.
Oh, you see, I'm a different guy. You see,
by actual, true, deep, meaningful love.
Just say whatever you want.
Person. Didn't have that before, and I was always kind of stressed and pent up, and bad things in my mind going on.
Sorry, Leanna.
Upset about what everyone else had, insane jealousy, how everyone else was doing better than me, and they didn't deserve it. Why can't I have that? All those kind of awful feelings, right? And then I met the love of my life, and it changed me forever.
Yeah, and you're never toxic again. You're more stressed now, actually, than you ever have been.
And that is true, Fed Roger. I look healthier too because I've lost weight. I'm less stressed.
Fed Roger, come on.
But now let's be honest. There's other things too. Look at the support that I get, right? I mean, you could argue, yeah, but every day, Phil, when you're streaming, there's 3 other people restreaming you, and they get way more views than you. Why do I care about that?
Well,
I'm here. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my job. I make enough money to make a living comfortably, right?
Okay, comfortably, sweet.
People like me so much, right?
Sweet, dude.
They like me so much that they can't wait to spend time with me. People can't wait to jump on a stream and see what I'm up to, whether it's a video game, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just hanging out with me here on a late night stream.
You don't have to beg then either, huh?
And people like me so much that they want to see me succeed and they want to see me improve on things that I'm really trying hard at. This last year with Street Fighter 6 has been a very rough journey for me because I haven't played competitive fighters in a very long time. And I put a lot of time and effort into trying to learn. And I understand I get so emotionally upset and full of rage and adrenaline, and it makes me say and do dumb shit when I play Street Fighter. But at the same time, I think people see the climb that I've had. Like, wow, Phil actually isn't bad at fighting games. He actually was good all along. Just he never put the time and effort in. Now that he...
What? What is this coming from? This is all just a therapy session to no one.
He's doing that. Look at how well he's doing. And then I get someone who goes out of their way to go crazy and donate something like this, which I never expected or asked anything for. You know what I mean? Like,
you clearly beg
life
for
is
it.
Just crazy positive. Yep. I don't know how I could possibly look at my life and say, oh, wow, what a horrible, negative life. What a loser I am.
Yeah, the original question
There's
was...
people who will say stuff. The Keem stuff.
How do you handle it when you get older, I think? I don't really remember the original question anymore.
What a horrible, negative life. What a loser I am. How could I say that? There's people who will say stuff. The Keem stars of the world look at me and say, what a loser Phil is. Right? How many times has he called me a loser? Right? I'm the loser.
Yes.
Really?
Correct.
I'm the loser. The one who has a great life. I'm happy where I am. I know where I belong.
Actually.
I have a very respectful, reciprocal relationship with my viewing audience.
Reciprocal?
Right? I have a loving family, but I'm supposed to be the loser in this situation?
You can choose to call yourself whatever you want.
I don't know about that.
All right.
I don't know about that at all.
I don't know about that. All right.
So anyway, that's how I stay positive and happy with all the negative things going around.
Oh, that was the question.
In this world every day. Because I know how to focus on the positives. I know how to say this is what life is all about. Not all this other shit outside, not because everyone else is better off than me. I'm not going to be like that.
Okay.
I'm just going to be happy with who I am and stay in my lane and be nice to others when I can, and try not to be toxic and negative to others, because I found as I've gotten older,
we got another troll,
the more positive that I stay,
troll member
the
bomb
less
said
that I try to.
$150 and Phil puts on the $150 and Phil puts on the bulletproof vest. Just did a member bomb.
To get into caring about other people around me, or someone did something bad to me. Well, let me now sit here and rant about that for hours. No,
that's what you do. Oh my God, what?
Okay, the less that I try to get into caring about other people around me, or someone did something bad to me. Well, let me now sit here and rant about that for hours. No,
that's what you do.
On it and shit like that. No, I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on with myself and my life and just focus on the good stuff.
So we're just like saying things we wish we did, but we don't do. So
okay.
No tips? Any tips? Guys, that's what I'm waiting for here. I'm so happy, though.
Let's see. I got a few contributions. There was a $5 tip from an anonymous tipper. What does the surrounding voting base look like in your community? Would people be silently pleased or disgusted with what happened to Trump? You know, I'd like to think absolutely no one would be pleased with attempted murder. You would think that enough people are rational in their heads that even if it's a person you really don't like, that you wouldn't be happy that someone tried to murder them. But I don't know personally what goes on in the minds of people. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not
you got to answer
X,
the question, or
who knows what kind of thoughts there are in the minds of these people. All I will say is here in Washington State, it is incredibly left-leaning Democratic, meaning there's like no chance for anyone who's really Republican or conservative to really get elected. They've tried many times and failed.
Oh, you mean like every time they've tried many times and failed? Oh, so they actually have tried to win the elections there. What assholes, huh?
This state, no matter what, is going to vote blue and vote for Biden. It doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah.
Like Biden right now could probably walk out on a stage, pull down his pants, and defecate right in front of everyone. And they would probably still vote for him and say, that's the best candidate for president. I wish I was joking, but the's just some certain places in the country that are that polarized, and that's where I live.
And that goes both ways, sir. I hope you're going to say that too.
So.
Yeah, so Seattle hasn't voted, Washington hasn't voted Democrat in over 40 years, almost 40 years.
Okay. I received a $1 tip. I feel the same way. Even if the world is burning, we can still have a civil, safe space to hang out and unwind. I agree. That's what this is all about for me. You know? That's what this is all about for me. Wise guys just said, Phil, stop trying to spoil the September debates.
What?
Come on. Oh, man. All right.
Okay, I don't get that one.
I received a $2.20 tip. I would like to see everyone, I would like to say, I hope everyone can come back together like it used to be and stop the crazy divide. Violence is wrong, no matter if it's politics or
yeah,
or
I've never had that happen in the history of America.
I don't want to delve into politics as much. I wish the best for everyone. Yeah. I think that's the best philosophy to have
let's all hold hands.
Just wish the best of everyone. And the thing is, here's another thing that people don't realize.
What?
Are you
what
aware
is it?
that
What
in the
could
United
it be?
States, because I don't know if it's like this outside of the U.S.
Yeah, tell me.
Are you aware that our elected officials are actually called public servants?
Oh,
Do you know
my
why?
God.
Because
Guys,
the
I
whole
can't.
idea of our government, the way it works, is that you elect someone who is now supposed to be doing actions that serve the people.
Holy fuck, man.
Yes, that's actually what it's supposed to be. Somehow now we've distorted that reality. Now someone becomes a politician and they become a celebrity. They're now like supposed to be super smart, bigger than everyone, more important than everyone, right? Glitz, glamour, the camera's on them. Everyone wants to hear their opinion on everything. Everyone wants to give them money and shower them in gifts. And it's like, wait, what? They're supposed to be public servants.
Yeah, public servants, dude. Right
How
take.
did we jump from the state of you're here to help the people to
they
you
were
are
never
now
paid
a
before.
godlike celebrity, an idol? Where did that happen?
Where
did
that
this
happen,
disconnect happen? I just don't get it, because that's not how it was ever supposed to be. Yet that's how a lot of this is being treated in the United States right now.
Definitely.
Exactly. They're supposed to be there for us, not the other way. They're not supposed to be there to dictate to the people what to do. The people are supposed to tell them what they want, and they are the agents of the will of the people. So where did that disconnect happen?
I don't know what. Just write that on Twitter. They'll get the point.
Like
Philip, just put that on Twitter.
I'm lost. I really am.
Just write that on Twitter. He'll get it.
Is it too late to submit for DSP Reacts? It is not.
Good question.
You need to post up by the end of this stream, because as soon as this stream ends, I'm heading over to DSP Reacts and I'm making the playlist for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
From Guitar Player, hope you're doing well. Working. So if your PS should obviously heartening and frustrating, busted, and now you got to figure out how to get it either repaired or replaced. That's disheartening and frustrating, and I hear you. I'm very sorry to hear that, and I hope that it gets resolved soon.
I hear you.
This is coming from someone who, day one, bought the Switch, literally unboxed it live on stream.
Thinking about
hooked
yourself.
It up, booted it up. Okay, Zelda tomorrow. Next day I go to turn it on, and it's bricked. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even play it. I didn't even use it. And it bricked.
Yep, lost our way, dude. Switch has no future. Can we move on, please, or...
Slayer says, I recently started playing Police Simulator and Taxi Simulator. Yeah, what are those like?
Great, thanks.
Am I getting
so much
anything
for
on
that
Prime Day? No, I don't have any money to get anything on Prime Day. The only time I ever got anything
$28
off of one of these sales on Amazon, well, on the Black Friday sale every year, I buy another one of these. Because literally once a year, my Xbox controller dies. So I buy one new Xbox controller every Black Friday. But that's about it. I never don't have money to spend on anything, so I never have I can never take advantage of. I don't even look. I don't even bother. Because I know I can't afford anything, so I don't even look.
Yeah, we got a penny pinch. 100,000 a year. We got a penny pinch. But he lives comfortably, Johnny Pants. Don't forget about
salt and
that.
pepper beard. Yeah, it's called my normal beard. This is what it looks like.
That's a salt and pepper beard, sir. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. That's what it's called.
Says, we call our prime minister and even the king a civil servant. They are at the behest of the British people. We can disband parliament and vote new people in anytime we want. Interesting. I don't think we can do that here. I'm pretty sure we have no way to get anyone. Like, let's say we voted in a senator who is terrible, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we can get them out. The only people who can get them out is the rest of the Senate.
Because they voted for... If enough people vote someone in, that probably means enough people want that person in, but also they could get impeached.
I think that's happened. There was a senator who actually completely lied about who he was and his qualifications. He completely fooled everyone in his district. They voted him in, and when he got in, all this was exposed, and within a few months, I think they censured him or whatever, and impeached him, and then he got thrown out. But that can only happen with the people there. Like, the people back home have no power. Once you vote them in, they're in, and you're screwed.
You have
All you can do is not vote them in a second term. The problem is if they're in there for the term, they're already in there for the term of a couple of years or more, depending on what job they're doing. If it's the Senate or the House of Representatives or whatever. Yeah, was it George Santos?
Was it George Santos?
Was that his name? I think that was his name.
Was that his name? I think that was his name. I've never heard of him, but okay, that's what Philip's saying in his mind. I've never heard of him, but
there we go.
Yeah, I can't tell. All right, guys.
Okay.
I'm hanging in a little bit more, but
I received a $1 tip. They're comparing the debates between Trump and Biden with JFK and Nixon. The difference was astonishing. JFK and Nixon were so respectful to one another, no interruptions, fully professional. What's happened to our country? Exactly right. It's like I said, we've become a country of extremes. Yeah, there's no more professionalism. There's no more intelligence. There's no more maturity. It's just grown-up babies yelling at each other. Pretty disturbing.
It's definitely disturbing. I'm very disturbed right now.
Police Simulator is a game. You simulate a police officer in the U.S., and Taxi Simulator is a simulator where you are a taxi simulator in Barcelona, Spain. Oh. That'd be interesting because not only would you see like what's it like to be a taxi driver, but also you'd see how different it is, maybe like Spain driving laws and stuff. I wonder. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, excuse me.
Davian says over here, so this is in the UK. If we don't like the current government, we can hold an emergency election. It happens within 2 weeks of us deciding we want change. We literally had one last week. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I don't know about anything like that here.
Yep.
Gamers says, can I send you a beta code for the closed beta?
Yeah, that'll solve all our problems. Just put a queen in.
Again, it's very good. Does anyone have any desire to see me play Concord?
A lot of people. A lot of people are saying.
We were talking about it today on the podcast that coming up, I'm about to finish Elden Ring. And within 2 streams, we're also finishing Riven Remastered. So I'm going to have 2 open streams to do whatever soon. And we were talking about what to play. And a lot of people had ideas, like Luigi's Mansion 2 remake, System Shock remake. What was the other one? There was a good one. Oh, well, Mario and the Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. But there was another really good one, too, having a brain, but let's play it and it sucks. Or
okay. Fast forwarding past non-interesting stuff. I've skipped
Mark
juice.
says, do I think there are too many extreme left-wing and right-wing people in the U.S.? Why can't people meet in the middle? I think like almost everyone is.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone
like,
is.
no exaggeration. I think almost everyone is.
On Twitter,
That's
yeah.
the problem. Either you're with us or against us, and you're either over here or over there. There's no one who's willing to like have a conversation.
If you live your life on Twitter, you might think that.
The barrier and come to a compromise of how we can all get along and and prosper together.
It's so weird.
You know? Say what you will.
It's so weird how left-wing cope and right-wing cope make fun of each other all day on Twitter. It's crazy.
Certain senators.
It's insane, dude.
A lot of people used to give John McCain shit, and to this day, a lot of people give Bernie Sanders shit. But those are two guys, for as polarized as they were in their own parties, they would constantly jump over the party lines to work with the other side to try to get stuff done to help the American people.
Oh,
I don't agree with a lot of the stuff Bernie Sanders
fan.
stands for. But I
McCain and Bernie fan. Didn't see that one on the bingo card.
Help the American people. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff Bernie Sanders stands for, but I respect him immensely for trying to at least help the American people when he could. And it was exactly the same thing with John McCain. Okay?
All right.
But now, no one's willing to do that shit anymore. It's just, everyone just hates everyone. Everyone's an evildoer. Evildoer. You would call your political opponent an evildoer. Really? What is also, do they have a curly mustache? Right? Do they go by the name Dick Dastardly in their off time
Dick Cheney,
from the
you're talking
political
about.
spectrum?
His last name was Cheney.
Do they have a dog that goes when it sits next to them in the evil sidecar when they're on their motorcycle? Like, what are you talking about?
We already got that part.
This is supposed to fucking be adult realistic politics, and this is the kind of shit we're saying.
No, he's not a Bernie bro. He's a Bernie bro and McCain bro. Those are rare.
Oh my God.
But they do exist, apparently. Bernie and Cheney. All right.
Generation Z has been a while since we've played a Nintendo game. Maybe you'll play Luigi or Paper Mario. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Darth Gullbox says crazy to even look at Romney versus Obama. Back in 2012, it was just different times. It was.
It was.
When I started as a YouTuber.
Yeah, that was a black person and a white person. It's crazy.
It was such different times. It was. And that was what? I started on YouTube in 2008. My prime years were 2011 through 2013.
Good freak. He said he literally said, I respect Bernie Sanders and I respect John McCain. I don't know what else you need to hear.
It was completely different than it is today. 100%. Like, not even close to being the same as how it is today. I feel like I'm living on another planet. Like, when was there a dimensional shift that I got sucked into the alternate universe of the multiverse? Because it doesn't feel like it's the same one. The cultural shifts have been insane in the last decade. Guys, I mean, can you believe this? I used to be popular on YouTube. People used to always watch my stuff in droves. People used to love my commentary that was extreme.
All right, well, the bet just paid off double.
Over the top, right? What happened? You tell me. I didn't change. I was the same guy. I was making content. And all of a sudden, the whole climate of culture changed and said, oh, that content that he makes isn't good anymore.
Yeah. Right? So we made it about ourselves twice here.
Again, I didn't do politics.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do any of these things that you would think, you know, I didn't get canceled for grooming people. I didn't get canceled for drugs or sexual abuse.
No, but you got canceled for a lot of other stuff. And you weren't even canceled, by the way, but you can see what's waking up now because he is starting to spout the shit right here. Get ready for it because it's coming.
Things that you would think, you know, I didn't get canceled for grooming people. I didn't get canceled for drugs or sexual.
How about the those pesky anti-Jew jokes, and also the kind of the black stuff, and maybe the Asian stuff?
I didn't get canceled. Like what canceled me? Nothing.
Hateful slurs.
Nothing.
Hateful slurs.
Literally nothing. Right? But in 10 years, look how everything changed. That's just how culture has changed. It's like it really is like a different world. It is.
Hopefully someone said that in chat. I'm a little bit behind. See, whoever's given the member bombs, wait till he gives you a chance like that. Because, like, if you had a member bomb in the chamber right now and just say hateful slurs, like, that would make him lose it.
Dan the Man, thank you for gifting a membership. It went to Anime Protagonist. Congrats to the Anime Protagonist.
Whoa. Think about Obama?
What time? Yeah. We run an hour in. I didn't realize. I think we'll do a part split here. So for those who are watching on demand on YouTube, if you've enjoyed this, we're going to go for another hour tonight. For those who are here, live on stream, thanks for chilling and hanging out with me and just getting conversation out there about everything. This is much better than me trying to play Stardew while still talking.
No, it's not that much better, actually.
So I'm glad we're doing this stream tonight. It's more relaxing and just chilling with the audience.
I'm not staying for another hour.
Let's take a split apart here. I'll be right back. I'll come back.
Any bag?
Okay.
Do we get a bag or not?
What I will do, guys, makes sense. I'll just use the restroom real quick. I'll come back. We'll have a whole other hour. I just want to say again, thank you to those who have supported the stream tonight. This stream is not about that. That's why you're not asking me. You're not hearing me ask for nothing or anything. I'm happy for anyone who contributed anyway. Thank you for doing that. Too. But this was such a weird impromptu stream and such a weird day that I wasn't going to make the stream about that. Okay? So I'll be right back.
So, but yet, in any case, please. In any case, could you please? Thank you. It's not about that, but in any case, could you please, if you don't mind? It would really help right now. Let's see how we come back. Oh, look at this. We got our sweatpants. Sweatpants shorts with the very crispy top at the bowling alley.
Okay, so 2 quick things before we resume. Number 1, for those who came for Stardew, and it's not tonight because of everything going on, Stardew will be now on Monday night, so we're bumping it from tonight to Monday night. That also means that River and Remastered will now be Tuesday night, so everything just pushed back a day for the late night streams. Okay? That's number 1.
Number 2, money.
Number 2, thank you to everyone who is chilling with me here. And again, to anyone who supported the stream tonight, I appreciate it. It's not about that. I'm not asking for anything, so thank you to those who did anyway. Yes, I am monetizing this stream. This is not a 100% political stream. This is...
Broken. I'm not going to mention that. Remember he said, I'm not going to mention. It's not even worth mentioning. That was 45 minutes ago. We have to bring it up again, though.
Yes, I am monetizing this stream. This is not a 100% political stream. This is just a chill Q&A session and hangout session with my audience. That's why it's fine. If you don't like that, I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. Kiss my ass. I don't care what your opinion is.
Seems like it bothered you, huh?
Okay? All right. Let's continue with the second half of our nice hangout session. Here we go.
That really bothered you, didn't it? Damn.
Alrighty, everyone. So we're continuing on with this impromptu and see what people want to talk about now. So let's see what people have to chat about. I'm sure they'll start tagging me in the chat again. Let's see what they want to discuss.
All right, that's kind of fun. Okay, this is kind of fun. I'll put a timer in real time, 10 minutes. If we don't get a food question in 10 minutes, we're out. That's how we're going to play this. Because I'm starting to get bored. All right, 10-minute timer starting right now. Yes. We need a food question in 10 minutes.
A tip came in, a $2 tip. From Dan the Man again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan the Man.
Am I going to play Star Wars Outlaws? I'm certainly interested in it. And I believe you can get the EA
shit, no exaggeration, got limb for
under there. That's probably what I will do. That way I'm not committed to owning the game if it sucks. And Star Wars, absolutely not. No. Actually, hold on. Will I play the Starfield? No. Well, actually, hold on. If you mean the Starfield DLC, I might. It comes out when? I forget when the expansion comes out. I own it. I actually bought the upgrade to Starfield last year. Even though I was a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, I paid the extra money to play the game early. Yes, that was a really boneheaded decision, but I did. So I'm almost positive I own the DLC. So maybe it would be worth it just to go back when it releases and see just how different the game does run now, because it ran like crap at launch on the Xbox Series X. Maybe now it runs at smooth 60 frames, better graphics or whatever. I don't know. So maybe I would give it a second shot for the DLC. At least just to explore and see what it's like. Even if we don't play the whole thing, just to give it a shot and see exactly what they've changed or improved, right? I don't know, what is that? Q+A REEStream is, so I don't know.
I keep trying to skip, then someone says something.
I don't know what mortuary assistant is, so I don't.
Okay, I don't care.
The one session I used it, I absolutely and the light.
Care.
So, I loved the old vibe.
Don't care. Trying to get to live.
2 months ago. I don't track that. I don't look into it. She makes the appointments and everything.
Oh wait, wait, what?
I don't. That last time I had a haircut.
Hold on.
What was the last time I had a haircut? A month ago, 2 months ago? I don't remember. What was the last time I had a haircut? A month ago, 2 months ago? I don't remember. I don't. That 100%. That stuff is taken care of by my wife. I don't track that. I don't look into it. She makes the appointments and everything. I know nothing. I just go when she says it's time to get her haircut. I drive us there.
Actual child. Actual man child.
And everything. I know nothing. I just go when she says it's time to get her haircut. I drive us there.
That's mommy.
That's
Mommy, when's my haircut? Mommy.
There's some things out of the realm of my responsibility. That's definitely one of them.
Yep,
I've got enough things I'm responsible for around here. The haircuts are not one of them.
Mommy, when's my haircut? Mommy.
I received a $1.50 tip. It's a troll.
Hey,
okay, so fuck off. Okay, I ignore you.
You want to comment? you didn't ignore it, but okay.
No, I've seen the movie The Thing. Early 2000s.
I don't care about The Thing. I'm hearing the question, then going to the next question, unless it's interesting. We still got 4 minutes of skip juice.
Okay, guys, tag me in the chat if you want to talk. Let me know what topics
Any last
you're
questions?
interested in.
Oh!
Thoughts on Funko Fusion? Isn't that the video game that's based on a franchise? They've done
Funko Fusion, don't give a shit. Don't give a shit, don't give a shit, don't give a shit.
Was this so popular? Right? It's like the same thing with this. Why?
Stevie Richards gifted 1 membership, but DSP Gaming. I don't know if it's Argentina style, but Stevie Richards. Hello.
Was this so popular?
Tried to ask Indra the number.
Anymore, but why were these so popular? These
people like buying shit like
amiibos. It's a little figurine of a character from a video game, okay?
But it also could do stuff in the game.
What do you do with this?
You're forgetting one half of it? You could do stuff in the game with it?
It just sits over here. It literally sits on top of my audio receiver unit thing, the Scarlet that I have here.
So
the audio,
you're getting some use out of it.
What's it
they
called?
Got your money.
The Focusrite Scarlet or whatever. God, that's dirty. Oh, I got to adjust that. But people have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have hundreds of amiibos?
Who cares?
Right? Like, why do you have hundreds of Funko Pops? What's the big... What are you doing with it?
What are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? What are you doing with it?
People just like random things to collect, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second.
At least they're physical. Why are we holding on 1 second?
I just paused the recording. That is really dirty. I never look over there, and that unit is completely covered in dust. Hold on 1 second.
We're doing a live on mid-show cleanup session now.
You dusted.
Hope you're enjoying that.
Much better. See, I do dust and I clean.
Right.
I clean my keyboard and everything. I never look over there to that corner. I never noticed how dusty that was.
Definitely.
Like, revolting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's resume.
How's breathing that in every day feel?
Okay, I'm back. Shits and pickles. Hold on 1 second here.
We got shits and pickles.
From Shits and Pickles. $1.25 tip. I was scrolling YouTube. I found a video of Crispin Glover interview with Late Night on David Letterman while Crispin was wacko that night. Crispin Glover, was he not the guy who played Marty's dad in Back to the Future series? Yeah, I don't know who he is because people always talk about him like he was some kind of a crazy method actor or something.
Yeah, method actor,
and then,
dude.
when he was hired, or no, he's not the guy.
This is exactly what I'm trying. This is exactly what I've.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Crispin Glover. I think that's the only.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
He was in the first one, not in the second.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
Went to John Taco.
Oh. I think we have a food question.
Stevie Richards for a gifted membership. It went to John Taco. Enjoy, John.
No, John Taco doesn't count.
Let's see here.
John Taco.
So the box says from the gameplay trailers, Funko Fusion basically plays like the Lego games but with different pop culture characters.
Don't care. Running out of skip juice.
I don't know if anyone
left.
actually thought he was a badass in real life, but they found him entertaining in the movies, right?
What?
I did. I liked Under Siege. Actually, I like both. Under Siege 1, Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. I think they're both good movies, actually.
Both
But then, you know, you hear the stories as he got older. He was listen, he knew when it wasn't time to keep boxing. And what did he do?
Live.
I'm not guaranteeing it or anything, but I think I will. I do believe that. Today, I mean, in the 30 plus minutes that I played, I made really good progress. I already kind of know how to beat the first phase pretty consistently. As long as I don't make a mistake or I get a missed input there, which was happening today. Like, I mean, I was doing the guard counter build. I swear I tried to block, and sometimes he wouldn't raise the shield. I'm holding L1. Like, I'm staring at my fingers on the button. I'm not out of stamina. Why isn't he blocking? Or the worst is, I guard counter, and then he gets interrupted or whatever, and then all of a sudden he'll swing R2 after. Like, no, I pushed that 3 seconds ago. I don't need you to have this input queue built up. You give me an extra swing for something I did 3 minutes ago. It's really stupid, you know? But anyway, I was doing pretty good. I was getting to the second form and starting to learn its patterns. I ran out of time, so I think I'll beat it in the next stream. I'm pretty sure. He doesn't seem anywhere as hard as Melania. He doesn't, to me. Like, at all. So... Did I watch Godzilla X Kong? It's on Max. I watched the original Godzilla X Kong from years ago, but I didn't watch the new one, no.
Okay. Out of Skip Juice, 100%. We are live.
Funko Fusion is a full game. It's $50. Darn, not on Game Pass or anything? Shit. I don't know about that, then. Peebo Shart has done a super chat. Steven Seagal once claimed he couldn't be choked out. A stunt choreographer, martial artist put him in a headlock. He quickly passed out and went number 2. Nice. He even proved himself. That's cool.
That's cool. Peebo Shart. Because we're trying to keep this monetized sock account, but we don't want to pretend we're like fear mongering because he makes fun of other people for doing that.
This boss has 1 energy bar, and basically he doesn't self heal. So because he's not self healing.
Turning him down for a second. Big up Spitfire 01.
Like, not only did you make a mistake, he got all
says, I promise you this dude browses 4chan for opinions. No, I think that's too much work. I think it's just the trending tab. Trending tab on Twitter is my guess.
Am I doing a horror game marathon in October? I'm going to do a Halloween marathon like I usually do.
Didn't do it last year.
This year, hopefully I don't catch COVID like I did last year. I have a
This stream is dead. You are correct.
Probably, arguably...
Big ups Lyrical Thesis says MAGA hat goal tonight. Let's fucking go. Come on. You guys want to hit the MAGA hat goal?
To do that for you guys. What would the games be? That's up to you. It could be
Big ups a lot of people. Says DSP is where I go for a middle of the fence take.
I played during the Halloween marathon.
The best middle of the fence takes come from DSP. He's a very traveled person. All his takes are the best. You know this.
Double M says, seeing you fight that final boss, I can warranty. I don't think he meant to say that. I think he meant to say guarantee. You will do it. You just have to get better at dodging Mikola's holy light attack. Yeah, like the second
that's the thing. Big ups Donkey Kong, because I'm already lost about what his point is.
What they are and I get around
we all
them,
are.
It's not going to be a big deal.
I think we all are. Ira says, Phil doesn't need to do this. Super Blind Man is dead. He has to give the full play-by-play for his viewing impaired.
We'll see if Stars ever have a comeback. It's a possibility. Yes, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
I told you, I absolutely guarantee you I will come back to it at some point and play it. Whether it's this month, whether it's next month, whether it's this year, and whether it's next year, I don't know. I absolutely like Sea of Stars so much, I want to go back and continue the game.
Why don't you go back to it then?
Hey, Stan, how are you? Good evening, man.
All right, big ups to the Pasta Maker. Says, Phil be shocked if the 1965 Daisy political ad. Ooh, 1965 Daisy political ad. Let me see that.
Just a hangout session. Am I going to do a feasting with Phil video for the Cheez-It taco at Taco Bell? No, that sounds revolting. You're thinking of me when I used to do DSP tries ages ago and I used to eat every piece of crappy fast food that came out. I stopped doing that many years ago. Number 1, for my own health.
Not that many years ago.
It was costing more money to buy the food than the money I would make on the videos.
Yeah.
I said, no, I will stop doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, yeah, I have no plans on eating a disgusting Cheez-It taco. That sounds nasty. What microphone do I use?
All right, don't care. Big ups, no exaggeration, who says, Mr. If my detractors were snapped away, nobody would miss them, is trying to say, don't be hyperbolic. This is why people hate this hypercritical clown. Big ups, no exaggeration. Tech side Phil. Okay, this is...
I don't see a model on it. It's about a decade old. I want to say I got it 2015. I think in 2015 is when I upgraded my whole audio setup.
Definitely.
But it's a professional studio mic.
It's a professional
with
studio
a pop
mic.
guard, the tripod arm, and it goes into a Scarlett, Focusrite Scarlett receiver box here.
Receiver box?
That then converts the audio from the professional
receiver
studio
box.
quality mic into USB, and it goes into my computer, and that's
Yes,
how I do my
my
audio.
receiver box. Big ups to the pasta
No, it's
maker.
not like a Yeti. It's not one of the USB mics that are very common. No, it's not.
Says, holy crap, dude needs to touch grass badly. Oh, someday. Not this year. We'll do it next year.
Would I ever do replays of the Kingdom Hearts games? Only if there was
All
a
right, I'm
reason
done.
to.
I got
did
one more
full
question.
playthroughs of the
We are
HD
one more
versions
question
on
left.
PS3. I don't see a reason
We
to
have
play those
lost
again,
all hype in the stream.
unless
It is now
there's
left.
a demand for anniversary purposes or something in the future. Maybe they come out with a collection later on a current console that redoes
I'll give
the
it
graphics.
one more.
Maybe then. But no, I don't foresee myself going back
Hype
and
is now
replaying them
gone. Anything else you want to
I don't
say?
think
This is
so.
the chance.
Excuse me.
Later, Willis. We're going to be right behind you. One more question, I'm out.
Palais just did a super chat saying, what games am I looking forward to?
All right, that'll do it. I know there might be some hype at the end, but
Wukong
we're not sticking for it. You're all legends. Thanks for hanging out. We had fun, but it turned very missable in the second half. But all right, my friends, tomorrow you got a full day coming at you. 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, WPIG goes live again, and we'll get the tunes leading you up to that being said, which starts at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Sunday's going to be very hype. It's going to be extremely hype. And we'll see you tomorrow. You're all legends. Bye.
I have no interest.
do do do